not broke. I still gonna do it. Pain in the hurt.
What?
Soaking up struggle like the rain in the dirt.
What? Aliens are real. Maybe in a few months there's an alien attack.
Yo, even looking at it right now, I have it on my laptop. It's creeping the shit out of me, bro. It's bringing me back to childhood trauma, bro.
8-year-old Friday just came out like, no! Friday loves a ginge.
Yeah, I like him some gins.
The
Okay.
ginger minge.
100 butts to the head.
I don't know. Master dating in my brain it just sounds so much like master dating leads to masturbating. And I know somebody's gonna jump in the comments. That's not even facts. Like, I believe you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to make it up. I'm not anti-Islam. You know?
Yeah.
And
Horror stories. I mean, horror stories.
horror stories, Pojabis, you know.
Jabby.
There's a
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, baby. You know?
Why you gonna get us in trouble?
Okay.
watch the comment section's gonna be like, bro, Aisha was this year's old.
Okay.
We just opened up a whole new set of ops, and these ops do not play.
Yeah.
We love hip hop.
Praying and things are gonna turn around, and I'm gonna pray for prosperity, because like I feel like that was kind of like where I kind of started dividing on the road, right? Because I'll be like, pray for prosperity, and I'm like, yo, I'm still broke.
I believe in manifestation, you know? So like, I don't do like traditional prayer where like I'm down on my knees, like, oh, please God, you know what I mean? But like, I do put what I want into the universe, you know? Like I do like if something good happens, I'll be like, oh, Ja, respect, you did that one, you know? And
Yeah,
if I'm doing, like if things are going bad, I'll be like, yo, Ja, wagwan, you know what I mean? But I don't like do traditional prayer.
Okay, but like you're in a tough situation, and you're like, God, please get me out of this situation, and then you find yourself like still in the situation.
Yeah. I would never say, God, get me out of this. I will.
You've been to jail. You've never been like, God, please get me out of these walls, and then you're like, 1 week later, you're still there, fam.
Nah, but I did tell Ja, like, yo, when I get out of the bin, I am going to find the same success I found through scamming. I'm gonna find that through music. Just show me the signs of what I need to do, and then I feel like the universe came through. You know what I mean? Like when I came out the bin, low key, COVID happened, which was kind of blessed because I had like a few years.
Not bad.
I like some theme music. So I had like a few years where like I was still, because I was on EI. So I was still getting paid, but I was able to do content. And then I was watching Gary Vee, and Gary Vee was like, oh, post on TikTok, blah, blah, blah. Started posting on TikTok, blew up like basically instantly. So I feel like the universe kind of set the path forth, but I still had to take the steps. I still had to put in the work. You know what I mean?
Don't worry, I got you.
This is the heritage of the service of the Lord.
Cheers.
This is of me, said the Lord.
When I was blind and I needed.
This is natural in itself.
Lord, give me a sign.
I really need to talk to you, Lord, because the last time we talked, the wall kept me hard. And I know you haven't left me, but I feel like I'm alone.
You know the bars to this too, eh?
But I'm still not broke. I still gonna do it. Pain in the hurt.
What?
Soaking up struggle like the rain in the dirt.
What?
Only I can stop the rain.
In the name of Jesus.
That's what you were saying in the cell over there?
No, real shit, bro.
Lord, give me a sign.
No, real talk, bro. Because I feel like, well, we all have God within us. Even in the Bible, it says like we are made in his image or whatever.
Okay.
So I feel like, anything is possible. And the universe will show us like what we need to do. We just can't like resist it, Like a lot of the times we try to do what we want to do instead of what we need to do.
Yeah.
Type thing,
So man didn't believe in the Bible?
I do.
Like, because like a lot of those stories people have said, like at this point in time, it's kind of dated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how you get two people, Adam and Eve, and then all of a sudden a whole population of the human race has been created off of them fucking because she ate the apple.
Well, keep in mind, after they were banished from the Garden of Eden, and they had kids, those kids married with, I don't know if it was Canaanites or like some other group that already existed.
So then what the hell was the point of the story of the beginning, the Genesis, then, if people already existed?
I think if you want to get like deep into like the spiritual matter of it, like I think there were already beings inhabiting the earth. And then there was like a separate section of which was the Garden of Eden where like we didn't know good and evil.
Yakub.
I don't think it's Yakub.
I don't know, bro. I feel like there's Bible coping going on right now.
Definitely.
From what I understand, the first two people on earth were Adam and Eve. And then after they were banished from the Garden of Eden, like you just said, then all of a sudden there was other people there. And it's like, wait a minute. Where did these other people come from? Like, you guys are already contradicting yourself in the first few chapters.
I feel like the Bible is like allegorical.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like you kind of...
Sorry, I'm kind of dumb. Allegorical.
like,
Some allegory.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, like you can't take it literally.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
It's like mythological, but it's the type of myth that informs society of like different moral values. So, for example, for us, the downfall was our desire to know good and evil, right? And then I feel like once we want to know good and evil, that's when the Anunnaki started like pushing us into certain directions, giving us like knowledge and like human knowledge. But we were at one with God and nature prior to that.
So the Anunnakis are in the Bible, though.
They are Nephilim.
Jeez.
See, this guy's a theological expert here, bro.
Yeah.
And don't put this guy in a what is a religious Jeopardy game, right?
No, but I think the Nephilim were like half Anunnaki or half fallen angel, half humans. They were like interbreeding, and we would get a lot of like secret information, like esoteric knowledge. But honestly, a lot of it is like you're saying, allegorical. But I think a lot of it is kind of prophetic because there are a lot of like historical instances that were predicted in the Bible that kind of came true.
Give me one.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you do believe that like the real Israelites are so-called like FBAs or like Black or Native or Hispanic, it's like because they disobeyed the laws, they'd be like sent as slaves with a ship. They would go to Egypt, but Egypt is like code for like, I guess like slavery or whatever.
Yeah.
To a land they know not, to serve their enemy. They're gonna like your brother will be like lusting after like your wife and stuff. Like there'll be like there's just a lot. Like if you look at the curses of Deuteronomy,
yeah.
But you only can to me it only makes historical sense when it's applied to that group of people. When you apply it to like what we call Jewish people today, it's like, bro, like you guys would get sunburned if you guys were in Egypt, bro. Like,
but didn't they go through their own form of like,
one thing?
That is true. But I will say,
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
with the Bible, because like I feel like niggas was doing their own shit. You know what I mean? Like they had African spirituality, and then like the tribes were doing their own thing, and then of course with the New Testament, what is it, like the Romans or whatever, like went around and like I guess forced it upon people. So I feel like
missionary missions or whatever.
Yeah. So I feel like what Christianity is today. Okay, how do I want to say this? Because I do believe that like having a moral code is good, you know, no matter what it is. But I do feel like it was kind of set up to like make Black people like praise the white man. You know what I mean? Because like at first the image of Jesus was like this white guy with like
Caesar Borgia. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I feel like it was kind of put into Black homes to like, oh, don't look at your dad as like your leader. You know, like. Don't look at any Black men in your community as a leader. Like look outside of yourself. Look at like, look towards the white man for your salvation type thing.
The blue-eyed white man.
You know?
There's definitely symbolism there that was used, especially during colonization. And they would go to these, like even like in South America, they're going to these places. These guys are like seeing these knights pull up like this white skin. It was like weird, right?
Yeah,
and then they kind of. Their goal was to civilize the savage, even though those civilizations were already thriving.
They're already doing their own thing.
You know?
Yeah.
But I do want to add that like I do think there was a group of Black people that were outside of African spirituality that like Africans, when Africans had slaves, they had Black slaves too.
Yeah.
It was like Black wasn't like a monolith. It was like by tribe or whatever.
Yeah. I actually kind of, well, I knew this before, but I got to see it more in that movie, The Woman King.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they were showing like the slave trade that was going on and like how like in Africa, like it was kind of like, it was like betting almost, or like, you know, they were doing bids on different slaves and stuff like that, and their own people were selling them.
And it was black slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's who the Europeans bought the slaves from. Like, I don't think the Europeans like captured these people. Like, they were already slaves in whatever African civilization they were in.
Mm-hmm.
So then it leads to the question, if you look at it through the lens of the Bible, which group would be enslaved because, you know, they didn't keep their end of the covenant? It was so-called, you know, Hebrew Israelites.
Thanks. You might got the
Kyrie Irving in the Mandela.
You're Benjamin.
Salute to all the FBAs watching.
Shout out my naturalites.
The naturalites. I got a pre-topic for us. It kind of stems off of not last episode or maybe a couple episodes ago, right? With Obama. Remember we were talking about Obama saying aliens is real?
Yeah.
So he said it. He kind of backed it up after, like, he pulled it back a little bit on another statement. I don't know. It wasn't another interview. I think it was a tweet. I don't remember how he pulled it back, but he was like, I ain't say that they were real. I'm just saying that they're out there.
Yeah.
We don't know what's out there in the world type shit. Like, he walked it back. But Trump ain't letting him walk it back, bro. Trump's like, no. You said what you said, and now we gonna open up the files. So I'm gonna pull up a video here.
A major
The Trumpster.
The Trumpster.
Search for answers on whether we're alone in the universe. President Trump overnight said he will now direct the Pentagon and other relevant agencies to begin releasing documents related to alien and extraterrestrial life. It follows this stunning admission recently from former President Obama when he was asked about the existence of aliens.
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
Obama later walked back on those comments, saying the universe is so vast that the odds are good there's life out there, but saying, I saw no evidence during my presidency that extraterrestrials have made contact with us. Really? Still, President Trump accuses Obama of crossing a line with his comments.
He gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
Congress has already held hearings on videos like these, showing a U.S. drone tracking a glowing orb off Yemen in 2024. The drone fired a missile, but it appeared to simply bounce off the object. The former head of the Pentagon program investigating these objects testified nothing should be ruled out.
So aliens are real? Well, I don't know if they're real or not.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
It's starting. It is starting.
So Trump was like, no. Can't take that shit back now.
Me personally, I think the only reason you'd want to declassify these documents to prove aliens are real is because they're planning for some sort of like extraterrestrial event that they'll be able to justify. So it's like, aliens are real. Maybe in a few months there's an alien attack.
Maybe.
You know? Or like aliens start to get exposed, these reptilians. Like, I think now that things are being released in like a really rapid fashion, they're going to start to kind of promote the idea that aliens are real and that there's going to be some alien attack. And this is how we mobilize. And this is what we're going to do to make sure the aliens, you know, don't do XYZ. Like,
maybe that's one good theory. You got a theory, Natural?
I think he's bluffing. I think it's gonna be another like Epstein thing where like they're gonna release some files because they've already released certain things like confirming I guess extraterrestrial life or whatever. But like I don't think they're gonna do anything hardcore, you know?
I think you guys are kind of both on the right track, but he's doing it because the Epstein files.
But
distraction.
I'm also hearing the Epstein files themselves are a distraction. Like, it's not like this is some organic reveal. It's like they're releasing what they want us to know. So maybe they're cool with certain celebrities going down. They're cool with certain politicians taking the fall. And I swear Trump's about to attack Iran. Like, I think we're like low-key headed for like World War III.
So the distraction from the distraction to what's really going on over there in Iran.
Yeah.
You're saying.
And
I'm not mad at that theory right there.
And I think World War III, because I think the 3 world wars were predicted a couple hundred years ago. They're like, the first one's going to be because of this, the second one's, and the third one, and someone in the comment section find which documents I'm talking about. I just don't know the name. I don't know if it's by Rothschild or whatever.
Right.
But the Third World War is going to be between Islam and the West, or Islam and Judaism.
Really?
Yes. And we've been seeing the tension between Israel and Iran and all these other Muslim countries. So it's almost like maybe they're creating this anti-Semitic rhetoric to kind of pre-program us for the upcoming war.
Iran has it like that where they could go to war with America?
Yeah, they have a lot of nuclear weapons. They also are cool with China and Russia, right? So really it's America against the world. It's like America and the West versus the East in a sense.
Damn.
So like, I guess if America goes to war, I get like who's backing them?
Canada.
Pause.
Who's back in America? Pause. Probably Europe. Well, actually, I don't know.
Because like, isn't like, because they can't call for Canada. It's like, yo, you guys gave us like 100% tariffs. Like, nah, we're not going over there.
But I don't think Canada would fight for Iran either. Like, I think if it was a war of the worlds in that sense, Canada would still side. Europe would probably side with America. Anyone who supports Israel versus the countries that don't, essentially.
Yeah,
it would really be about Israel. It wouldn't even be about America.
Damn, bro.
So we're not even anywhere close to the alien conspiracy now. That's like out the door. Cause I really feel like it's word salad, bro, just to be saying all that shit. You know, you're the president of the United States. You know, if you even say the word aliens or unidentified flying objects or whatever, people are gonna clip it. We're talking about it on a pod. But like I said before, I don't even think he cares about that shit, bro.
But they can weaponize the existence of aliens to justify whatever military agenda they have. So it'll be like, aliens were found there. We had to go. We had to mobilize the country.
Yeah.
You know, like,
we had to break out the nukes just in case.
we had to protect the people from the aliens.
Yeah. I don't know. I just found it very interesting that, you know, Obama just said it. He thought it would just come and go. Actually, he didn't think it was just going to come and go because for him to even walk it back after that interview, he probably left the studio like, fuck, did I just say aliens are real?
I feel like if aliens are exposed, it's not going to be like humanoid aliens. I feel like they're going to try to like ease us into it. So it's going to be like some like insect type things, like
reptilian.
Maybe not even that far. Maybe, I feel like it's gonna be like some type of bug or whatever. It's like, like this bug is normally found on like a certain planet, but it started replicating here or some shit. Like, I don't think it's gonna be like, oh, this is like a walking, talking alien that we could all interact with.
Well, some people suggest that like certain parasites are part of, and this is like big conspiracy land, right? I'm not saying this is medical information, but they'll be like parasites are certain like aliens or extraterrestrial beings that like infiltrate humans. You know, and like influence either behavior or like physical, like habits and stuff,
like tapeworms and shit.
I guess I don't know.
They just dropped a show last year, Pluribus, by the creators of Breaking Bad or whatever. And it's basically that same thing where like an alien parasite kind of I guess infiltrates the human race and everyone becomes like a hive mind type thing.
And we might not be looking in the right direction when we're thinking about the aliens too. Everybody's looking up, but nobody ever thinks about what's underneath the sea, bro.
Jeez.
That would be sick if we had aqua aliens on some mermaids. Cause I kind of believe in mermaids, low key.
Fam, they could have came here, I guess, from above, because that's the only other place they can come from, and inhabit underneath the sea, bro. They could have been here from time, bro. We don't know how far. We never gotten that far down to see what's really, really down there.
On some Atlantis thing.
Yeah. You seen Aquaman?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like that, where it's like there's this whole like underwater like civilization we will never be able to see, or beyond the ice wall. If the ice wall exists, they might have a whole like bunch of alien or reptilian or Anunnaki residents. I don't know, man. It gets really dark, and it's kind of like sometimes when you get too deep into it, like pause, but like sometimes when you dive too deep, it's like, is this affecting my daily life even? Like, I have other things I should focus on, because the rabbit hole is so dark that it's like, the more you know, the more you're gonna have to know. You know what I'm saying?
Let me show you guys something that I was talking about before we started, right? And it was alien related. You guys were talking about reptilians and stuff like that, and I was trying to put you guys onto V, right? Just the letter V. This series This is from the 80s, 83. This is how I know, because I was trying to remember like why I was scared.
Yeah.
I was like 8. You know what I'm saying? If you could put this up on the screen here, one take, Jake. Here's a scene from V. Look, see, he ripped the skin off? Yo, that shit used to scare the shit out of me, bro. That's the 80s, fam.
I feel like that might be real though. Like that could be, it's probably based on some reality, bro.
Yo, even looking at it right now, I have it on my laptop. It's creeping the shit out of me, bro. It's bringing me back to childhood trauma, bro.
8-year-old Friday just came out like, no!
But I'm seeing this in 1983. Now we're talking about reptilian people and aliens and all that. Still in 2026, might be walking amongst us. This is like NBC Hollywood shit, bro.
I mean, they say that, you know, they like to hide the truth in plain sight. Even our idea of vampires, right? These beings that live for a long time and that prey on human blood.
Yeah.
I've heard so many theories that a lot of these celebrities are actually like time travelers, like ancient. Like they found a way to like stay young, and like they'll be like Jeffrey Epstein is really Andrew Jackson on the friggin' the bill. Have you seen that?
Where's your algorithm at, bro?
Lazar's tapped in.
Search Jeffrey Epstein, Andrew Jackson, and you'll see like the picture of them side by side, and they're like, Jeffrey Epstein is really this, and he's really like a couple hundred years old or thousands of years old. It gets dark, bro. And it's kind of like, where does that lead us? Like, how does that affect how we live our lives? Like, if the whole reality.
If that is true, I think it will just kind of cement that, like,
God is real.
Not really God. Well, that's. Well, I'm not sure about that, but like, there's a hierarchy, and we might not be able to change it. If like there's actual like alien race running the world, like. There's only, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, is this what you're talking about, bro?
Yeah, but they have to see the side by side, not the half thing. Okay, look at the third one.
This one here?
No, third one. Yeah, it could be that one too. They're saying that's really Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my God. Gone too far.
Do you see Ghislaine Maxwell in Quebec? Did you see that one?
No.
Ah, man, it's just cool.
Bro, I don't know, man. My algorithm's not the same, bro.
Your algorithm's just ginger porn stars.
How did you find out?
Friday loves a ginge.
Yeah, I like me some gins.
The ginger men.
100 butts to the head.
All right, let's start the show here, man. Let's start with some.
You know what I'm here for?
You can pull this up on the screen for me, Jake.
The OVO
Just to get
drink?
some jokes before we get this shit started.
Oh, no.
You still don't have the drink left?
I know way too many people here right now that I didn't know last year. Who the fuck are y'all?
Cut it out.
We love
It's Friday night, I'm out with the guys.
What do you want, Charles?
You know what I'm here for.
You know what I'm here for.
Out of this. What can I tell you?
Okay, give me a Sprite.
Oh, man.
Real Spreader Fruitopia.
You guys are assholes.
Damn.
Jeez.
How times change.
I know, right?
Well, while we were showing Press the Love, my favorite Press the song is Amen and Thorn, doing it to the Lord. She a baddie, so I took her to New York. I think that sounded like his first project or whatever.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember bumping, like, some shorty showed me that track. Yeah, I would just bump it and ball up, like, on the regs or whatever. You know?
Yeah. What I forgot to play also is Dead Miyama too.
Wow.
But it didn't match in the beat tempo.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm trying to get like y'all, man, with the mixes, man. You know
No, you
what
did
I'm
I.
saying?
You did I.
I did my big one.
That was your best mix yet.
Thank you.
That was good.
Tap into us on Spotify. Let's get into it, man. We are Box, the world's most smoked out podcast. We love hip hop. I'm your host of the most toast, Friday Ricky Tread, aka DJ Not a DJ Rick, aka Podcast Poppy, aka Winter Rick, man. We out here, man.
Sheesh.
We over here, episode 660. We Love Hip Hop Studios. We got back in the building the Turkish Thrill himself, our theological expert and political expert himself. You might see him at a rally, cops in his face, talking shit. We got DJ Czar in the motherfucking building. Let's go,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir. DJ Czar, aka Burl Sound, aka Young Shawarma, aka Cheeseburger, aka Coffee Poppy, aka Zarly Kirk, aka The Ruiner. Back at it like a crack addict.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Was
sir.
good, boys.
We are here, man. We are here. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Sir.
And we got back in the building the Gallus himself, but not from Paris. You might see him at the dance hall running his own dub plates. You might see him on the road spending 500 and up on your gal. You might see him on your social media screen racking up the brand deals.
Perfect.
We got DJ extraordinaire, DJ Natural waving the motherfucking building. Let's go, man.
It's a snowstorm out there, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
you know, ready to pod, ready to get going.
Let's go, man.
Sir.
And listen, man, I'm not gonna complain about the weather anymore, bro. It's just gonna continuously just keep on beating us down.
It
Bro.
just is what it is. It is what it is.
Is it a snowstorm or just snowing?
Yo, I'm black, so anytime it's just snowing, it's a snowstorm stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's great outside.
Listen, bro, when I came out and I saw the car, I was like, oh shit, bro. But listen, thank you for y'all popping through, man, and doing this, man, especially with this crazy weather, man. People don't know when it comes to being Canadian podcasters, bro, it's a different thing, bro. I don't know. Not all Americans can't not relate because people on the East Coast and whatever, they can relate, right? But like, once, you know, you got to deal with like podcast episodes in this weather, fam. It's like, you got to keep that motivation up, bro. So I fuck with it, man. And big salute to One Take Jake in the building over here. Jeez. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that we look nice on these screens over here. Before we get into anything, I want to salute the sponsors here quick fast, starting with Exotic Hot Pot, from high grade strain to authentic grabber and all the rolling essentials. Exotic Hot Pot is about elevating your smoking session in true 5-star fashion. Make sure to hit up Exotic Hot Pot if you want some delivery of that. That's Exotic Hot Pot, or you can find them on their website, exotichotpot.ca. Also, let them know that We Love Hip Hop Boys sent you, and they might give you a little discount. Also, I want to give a big salute to Road Ready Detailing. That's over at 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66. Okay, you can get your cars detailed, you can get ceramics, you can get wraps, you can get your tints done, anything you need over there. Hit them up on their Instagram page as Toronto Road Ready Detailing. And there's a phone number so you can book your appointments, or you can just go in there, 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66. If you see the boy Dusty Wallace, let him know that We Love Hip Hop Boys sent you. Last but not least, I want to give a big salute to Grabba Grabba. Okay, there is a Grabba shaker on the table, and you can get the Grabba leaf as well. They got red herring as well as red rose. The delivery within the GTA, if you want some of that Grabba Grabba, hit them up on their Instagram page. That's grabbagrabba.ca. Or you could, let them know that We Love Hip Hop Boys sent you, and they might give you a discount too. You know what I mean? Gentlemen, how's y'all weekends been? How, you guys get up to anything productive, clubs, anything that I could live vicariously through you guys do. You know what I'm saying?
All right, you start.
I went to like a private birthday, like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you were telling me she's gonna do that.
Yeah. Shout out DJ Shannon. I seen her there. She does like some of like the WNBA games that happen out here and stuff. A lot of like the Raptors stuff. So big up to her. But one thing I didn't want to mention, I'm not sure if you want to live vicariously through this though. So I went to the movies again.
All right.
But the movie that I wanted to watch, it wasn't being offered in VIP. I normally prefer VIP because like the experience is just way better.
Yeah.
So I did the regular movie.
Wow, like a peasant.
Yeah, I had to go there, you know what I mean?
Among the common folk.
No, literally, disgusting. So I'm expecting, I'm not gonna pay as much, you know what I mean? But after the food and everything, I still end up spending almost a bill, bro.
Wow.
You're with a shotty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was with it, but I'm just like, dog, this is, bro, okay, to get a large popcorn and a drink, like a medium drink.
$20.
Literally.
Yeah. And think about the tickets are probably like 25 each or something like that, right?
Now the tickets were calm, so I think the tickets together was like 35.
So
Okay.
35, and then you both got a a large popcorn with a drink.
I don't like popcorn, so I got the nachos. But the the nachos and the drink was the same thing, bro.
Same
So
shit,
that's
bro.
$40.
Maybe even more.
So now you got 75.
Yeah, and then I think that's Ubers.
Oh, okay.
Ubers.
okay, valid.
I'm like, I know I spent a bit, but yeah. So like, it was
That's not so bad though for a date.
it's not so bad, but like going to watch a regular movie and spending a bill, I kind of understand why like the theaters are kind of dying. It's a dying industry.
Yeah.
You know what I recommend? It's called master dating. I seen it in the comment section.
Master dating.
It's just dating yourself. It's going on dates by yourself.
Oh.
Bro, you would have spent $20. I know you would have ate before you left the crib.
Yep.
So you would have only spent, that's the difference between $20 and a bill, bro.
No,
Probably
like-
would have taken a TTC there, saved money on the Oobs.
I don't know. Master dating in my brain it just sounds so much like master dating leads to masturbating.
It's a form of masturbating, just non-sexual. Like you're just doing it to yourself. You're
I
just
do that-
taking
I-
yourself on a date.
I do that sometimes, you know what I mean?
Then you
But-
take yourself home.
Was it a shots that like you've been taking on dates, or this was like the first date?
No, this wasn't the first day. Like, I don't even think I've took her on a date before. Like, I just been crushing it, you know. But I'm like,
Yeah, little Bilski
Well,
right
she
there.
deserves a one.
no, literally,
Yeah,
I'm like, yo,
yeah.
I've been taking all these next things out. Like, she's been a consistent nons.
Yeah.
Let me show her some appreciation. you
Let me
know?
just check the time to see how much far are we into the pod. I don't think they listen past half an hour.
Oh man,
So that was your weekend,
that was my weekend.
right? What about you, DJ? What you been up to?
I went to a Canada First rally.
Oh,
Crazy.
Got some footage. Stay tuned for that.
Is there anything up right now?
No.
Damn.
The thing is with that footage, like I can sit on the footage pause, but like, and it'll always do well. Like the things that I've been releasing are from
Yeah.
like 2-3 weeks ago, but that political audience is so like tapped in and ready for information, especially like alternative real journalism.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, I realized that. Okay, like shout out Joe, you know,
Big
Puck
salute.
Daddy, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
they really formed like. They mobilized a lot of police officers and a counter protest against him.
Yeah, I seen that before I was leaving to come over here on CP24. They were talking about there was 100 people from Canada First versus 150 people from the counter protest.
Wait, the ops pulled up.
The counter protesters pulled up and the police pulled up.
Have you guys
Yeah.
seen the movie Gangs of New York?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, you know the scene where like the two gangs like they both pull up and like they're ready to face off.
It
and
was
shit?
literally like that. It was a face-off, and guess what? It was protected by a snowbank.
That's
Like it's like they
crazy.
put the snowbank there as a border,
And
then
then the police were in the
and the
between.
police
Yeah.
were there, and there was like bicycles blocking entrances. Like you have a sick video of me interacting with the police. Hopefully, it's up by the time everyone sees this.
No, there was one woman that was just there dancing. Did you see her?
Yeah, I mean, there was a bunch of people dancing. There was a bunch of like the people on the other side of the counter protesters that were labeling Joe as like a white supremacist. No one's illegal on stolen land.
Yeah,
like
but
a lot of blue hair.
The counter protester is what I saw earlier on the news. There was this, blue-haired lady or whatever, and she was just there. I'm just here to dance in, opposition of the Canada First, and I'm just here to do a peaceful protest while dancing. And like that's all she was doing. She was just like dancing on top of like a cube or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see her?
I saw a bunch of people dancing,
Just there, just
like
dancing.
standing on like a platform
Yes,
dancing.
on a platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I seen that. Maybe it's the same person.
they spoke to one of those people on the news, and that was the reason. It was just that was their way of protesting against the Canada First, just dancing.
It reminds me of when the George Floyd thing happened, and then the Black Lives Matters were protesting, and then shorties were twerking on the cop cars. Like, oh, I just like that's not protesting. You're just getting the cops H. Like if I'm standing there and I have to stand there, and then you start twerking, I'm amped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And then this morning, Team Canada lost to the Yankees,
the
aka
Yankee-
America.
Oh, okay.
That's the Yanks.
okay.
It's a
Sad.
semi-derogatory term for Americans. It was a loss for us as a nation, and more importantly for me, I lost $30 on a bet.
Damn.
So I'm still recovering from that.
That's
that
a
just
H-
happened.
That's an HQ right there. That's some AAA.
I put
Yeah.
$34 and I would have made 85.
Mad.
But I had a little parlay going. It was Canada, and there had to be more than 4.5 goals. I didn't hit any of those.
What are your thoughts? And thank you. Right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on with the hockey game? Them opening up the bars early. Because, like, fam, like, do we really need the bars early just because Canada's in the Olympic hockey game? So
Definitely.
we're just gonna go get drunk at like friggin' 11 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Definitely.
It was even earlier. It was 8 a.m., bro. I was looking for places to watch. And I'm like, where am I gonna go? Egg Smart? Like, like what bars are open that early? I ended up just watching it at the crib. But
still, bro, the bars are open, fam. I don't know. I feel like it just sets a bad example, but maybe I'm just becoming like a prude. You know what I'm saying?
But like, I feel like we kind of need that camaraderie and like that nation pride of like, that's our country in the Olympics competing for gold.
True.
Yeah, we could all be in the crib by ourselves, or we could like have a community all together, cheering all together, like
So when everybody's drunk by 11 a.m. and let's say Canada won, and now everybody's in the street acting crazy because they let us drink from like 8 a.m., then whose fault is that going to be?
It's lit.
Doug Ford's.
Dollar beers, bro.
But also, it's kind of like you want that. Because I was thinking that when I was watching the game, because I'm not even like a huge hockey fan, but every time there are like major games with the Leafs or Team Canada, I'm watching it. And I actually feel emotionally invested because I feel like hockey might be the unifying thing for Canadians. It might be the thing that no matter what country you're from, you want to see Canada do well in hockey.
Yeah.
Because we've been associated with greatness in hockey for so long. And it's like one of the things that we're the best in the world at, realistically. And we're facing America after all this like Trump versus Canada rhetoric, and they're our rivals. So it was a little disappointing. But shout out to the boys. Yeah.
51st state on the way.
Yeah, maybe, hopefully not.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. Welcome back, gang. All right. I got nothing. I'm still working on my new documentary. I want to work on a documentary about Lil OT, but one is the timing, and two, there's still stuff unfolding from this.
The reason I smiled is because someone commented like, yo, like, because you're posting bare Lil OT vids, and they're like, yo, Friday, like, you milking it.
Oh my God. I work in the media, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, sometimes some of the trending topics are people who passed away.
Jeez, Vlad, Ricky Dread.
I've been called that before.
You know what would be interesting if you did a Lil OT documentary and you were able to speak to his family?
That's why I'm apprehensive, because I want to be able to do it properly. I don't want to just do another YouTube documentary where like they just do some surface level shit. Like I want to maybe be able to speak to some people who maybe his family or who know his family and get some more information about his life before we knew him as a rapper. Because the interviews, he only gives us a little bit of his life before being a rapper, like going to school and stuff like that. And that's researchable, his schools and different things, cool. But I want to know a little bit more about how he was before he got into the streets. You know what I'm saying? So that's where like the journalism has to come into play. Right? And quick fast, I feel kind of bad because I went not nuclear, but I went on my one of those Friday Ricky Dread rants, right? On the people who made the Duvy documentary the other day. Pylon, bro. Like, oh, we got him. Underground Nation, link up. Let's do a freaking collab post. Let's get this old head. Nigga, did you ever watch one of my documentaries? Because it ain't this. It ain't this. This is disrespectful to Duvy's legacy. Let's be fucking real.
Of an entire city.
I was just watching that on my way here.
Yeah. Listen, no disrespect to them, even though I disrespected them crazy in my rant. But the reason was because of the whole them trying to expose my DMs and I doubted that they were doing a documentary. Listen, it's not the best documentary, but I'm not gonna say it was trash.
Yeah.
Okay. As I was doing when I was watching back my own reaction, I was like, some of this stuff sounds like it was written. It doesn't sound like it was just all AI. You know what I'm saying? So I will take back some of the smoke that I have. I don't have smoke for them, period, but like it was just like I went crazy. You know what I'm saying? I had jokes. my voice went a little bit up. When I was loud.
Is
A
it
few
'cause-
more decibels.
Is it because they mentioned you?
Fam, the man put my DM out saying, hey, I didn't know that this, I thought it was just for a post. And I'm like, why are you even doing that? Him and Underground Nation, they did a collab post. They said it's Friday out of touch with the streets. And I'm like, bro, I just heard Snoop Dogg in the AI. I know Speechify. They have Snoop Dogg as one of the voices. I'm like, this don't seem real. And again, I'm not completely wrong. It's not like Duvy said, yo, okay, put out a documentary about me. It was just like any of us putting out a documentary.
And what I will say, and because I watch video essays, I make video essays.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it when I know it's a human voice. I understand that I can still watch a video essay or documentary that's AI voiced, but it just means more, and it's better when like you can actually see the person or hear the person.
They use Snoop Dogg's voice to do the...
Not for the whole documentary. For the documentary, they use like a British guy's voice. And I don't mind them masking the voice with somebody else's voice if you go and do your own research and put the narration together.
Yeah, like Six Tales.
Like Six Tales.
Yeah.
Like the voice that he uses, I've heard in other like YouTube videos.
Exactly.
It's a prompt voice, but it's not prompt information that he's typing
he's
in.
writing it.
Yeah.
Bro, some of the shit that he gets in those documentaries,
No
I'm like,
facts.
how the hell? Like you're literally reading through bare court papers, bro.
But I feel like because he's made that voice very like part of his brand, it still feels like a real person because it's like inconsistent, you know? But you know those random video essay pages where it's like super bad AI voice? Sometimes you're like, is this AI written as well? Like,
yeah, the pronunciations are off and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From Driftwood. It's like, what, you mean Driftwood?
Basically. But listen, salute to Duvy Daily, all right? If you see this, you can clip this too, okay?
Salute, man.
Yeah.
We need more documentaries based on Toronto artists. I feel like the more the merrier.
Yeah.
So it's good that we have other people doing them.
Exactly. I don't want to be a bully. As far as some of our topics here, I want to give a quick minute to give a shout out to Exotic Hot Pots, Canada's loudest brand. From high-grade strains to authentic grabber and all the rolling essentials, Exotic Hot Pots is about elevating your smoking session in true 5-star fashion. If you want delivery, make sure to hit them up on their Instagram page, Exotic Hot Pot, and let them know that the We Love Hip Hop crew sent you. Big salute to the sponsors. Cheer! All right. I was playing some Top 5 and Pressa in the beginning of this episode, right? I think we had a fruitful conversation last week about Islam and the hip hop community.
Mm-hmm.
So Top 5 has made his pilgrimage to Mecca, right? I'm saying that right?
Technically, the pilgrimage is Hajj, which is like it's part of the 5 pillars where it's like every Muslim ought to go to Hajj if they are able to.
Right.
Umrah is like an optional pilgrimage, but you still get a lot of blessings and you still go through a lot of the ritualistic aspects. But
Okay.
Hajj is like set in a certain season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me show y'all over here on the screen here.
I guess technically it is a pilgrimage though.
Subhanallah.
Wow, that's the Kaaba.
Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. Okay, continue it off. Allahu Akbar. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Mecca. I know my lineup's kind of messed, but this is a bigger thing. Mecca. Come on.
We love hip hop.
Come on. Come on. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm good. Yo, Future. Allahu Akbar. Shout out all the fans watching. Future. Yo.
We love hip hop.
You know what's so crazy? I used to pray to God and myself to do this. Yo, let's go. We have 5 more left. Assalamu alaikum.
Right. So
Mashallah.
We love hip hop.
he's out there. He's moving around. There's another video of him. Is this the video I have here? Let me just pull this up on the screen, or let me just pull this up before. Yeah, he's getting his haircut. Right. This is courtesy of Keep Six Solid.
I asked the man from Fade and he gave me this. Bomba clot. Your future. We gotta go to Turkey after this, my boy.
So I asked the man for a fade, and he gave me this.
It's like Jordan. It's not like this is not prime Jordan. You know the Jordan when he came back to number 45? Bomba.
Right, so is that for religious reasons too?
Yeah, it's customary. I'm not sure if it's just for Umrah or Umrah and Hajj, but whenever you go to Mecca and undergo this pilgrimage, yeah, they have a guy that like shaves heads, and you usually shave your head.
Wow. I do see also that Pressa has also converted to Islam, right? This is not too long ago. Like there's a video of him right now where he's also, I don't know if he's in LA for this video here with Baby Who.
If you go to Germany, most Muslims in Germany are immigrants. Many of them from Turkey, and so on, and all.
MashaAllah,
right?
Yeah.
So
didn't Duvy convert as well?
I think, yes, I also seen on the Torontology Reddit, people were saying that Duvy converted. I feel like I saw a picture of him like, like praying, or I don't know, it could just be stuff that I see on the internet. My question is, what I learned last week with music not being allowed in Islam, how is it that there's so many artists who've converted to Islam while being musical artists? Lil Durk, same thing, right? There was a big showing when he did his conversion, and like it was him and a bunch of brothers, and they were praying, and it was like, but then like now where he is, he's sitting in jail for his drill music that they're now trying to use against him.
I don't know. I feel like, okay, with a lot of individuals, not just rappers, right? Especially if you come from a non-Muslim background, maybe your religiosity isn't that strong. Maybe like, yo, I grew up in the Catholic Church, but I don't really believe that. Like there's not that much structure in a lot of religions. Islam specifically has a very rigid structure where it's like, okay, you pray 5 times a day. This is what you do. This is what you don't. Oh, I believe in one God. You know, like it's called dawah. Dawah is pretty much like the way they try to proselytize people to get them to join, right? So they'll be like, okay, well, tell me, do you believe in one God? You'll be like, yeah. Do you believe that, Jesus, Moses, all these guys were messengers? And then they'll throw Muhammad in there as well. And then you're like, you know what? Maybe I've been a Muslim, like in belief this whole time.
Life, yeah.
They're like, all you have to do is say the Shahada. It's one sentence and you become a Muslim. You don't have to like be baptized. Like there's no crazy, it's literally one sentence.
And I know somebody's going to jump in the comments. That's not even facts. Like, I believe you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to make it up. I'm not anti-Islam.
Yeah.
And I think there's an appeal to Islam, especially for people who crave that sort of like structured discipline in their life.
Yeah.
And it gives you access to a very strong global community where like Muslims are pretty organized. They ride for other Muslims. You know what I'm saying? So even for business, it's like you interact with a Muslim businessman. You guys are both Muslim. You guys are part of the same ummah, the same community. Yeah. So it's like, it's almost like you're going to work together. You know, it's a strong community, man.
So you guys don't feel like there's some kind of a little bit of level of compartmentalizing when it comes to all of these artists that are like, especially the ones who converted. If you've been born into it, that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you're making choices to make music, even like do things in the streets and stuff like that you know are against the rules type of thing, right? But when you go and you convert, you look for that structure, but then still live the same lifestyle, or not even live the same lifestyle, still create music. You're not creating like religious music all of a sudden. You're still making the same music.
Definitely some compartmentalization, and
this is not an indictment on Pressa or any of the man them who've just converted. I'm just saying all of them as a whole. I'm trying to figure out the mindset.
I mean, there's so many rules. You know what I'm saying? And in a sense, it's kind of like, Allah is forgiving, come as you are in a sense, but like there are clearly defined rules. So there's definitely compartmentalization. But even with people who didn't convert to Islam, like Muslims that I know, sometimes will drink or do blow or like, but they won't eat pork. Yeah. Or like there's certain things that during certain times of the year they're not going to do. Or like, even French Montana. French Montana's a Muslim. Yeah. He'll even fast. some of them, everyone, they're having premarital sex. So it's like there's a lot of compartmentalization, but no one's perfect.
Yeah.
And Islam is the fastest growing religion. And a lot of that is not just from birth rate, but also conversions.
Yeah. And I know in the comments, people are going to have these things to say as well. Why aren't you guys having the same kind of scrutiny towards Christianity? Right?
Yeah.
Because when when somebody becomes like a born again Christian, in my opinion, you can like literally see them trying to do this big switch. Like, oh, now my music's not the same. I'm doing Christian music and whatever. And a lot of times they'll backslide, as they say in Christianity. But like, you could like literally see them trying to do some type of different thing. It's almost like a grift.
And I think it's kind of like socially accepted that like Christians don't really stand on nothing, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like they be
bad.
like Monday to Saturday, they be doing everything under the sun, and then Sunday they just pray for forgiveness, and then
yeah.
And I don't think also the Christian religion, and listen, the super Christians don't get cheesed. I don't think it's taken as seriously because of the commercialization of it.
Yeah.
Like you see all these mega churches, you know, there's all these like this negative connotation on like, yo, the church is just there to take our money through collections and all that. So like,
and the priests and be touching up the boys and
all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the reputation is not as strong. Like, so when mans talk on Christianity, ain't nobody getting cheesed, bro. But like if you say the wrong thing about Islam, bro, mans are ready to take your head off, fam.
That is true. And I think that has to do with the parts of the world that spread that civilization. So for example, like we know like the Roman Empire kind of like colonized Christianity and spread it roughly, you know what I'm saying? Like those like colonial powers eventually. And before they were Christian, they were kind of like wild pagans, would have orgies. Like they were kind of big on like rationalism and free thought and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like the Islamic civilizations were a little more strict. And I think with Islam and Judaism, there's more emphasis on legalism and the law. Whereas Christianity, obviously there are still rules, but it's been advertised as like, oh, it's faith over like your works in a sense. They say faith without works is dead, but like no one's righteous under the law. So that's why people can kind of get away with like not following rules, you know?
Yeah, but then like nobody gets mad when people are like, you're not living Jesus-like.
It's true. It's too lax. That's the problem with modern Christianity in its like current form. It's too lax. Everyone just like, oh, it's between you and God. Like I can do whatever. And like, you know, Jesus died for my sins. So like, no matter what I do, I'll never be righteous. So I just have to believe in Jesus. But it's like, no, Jesus still stood by the law. Like Christians, realistically, in my opinion, shouldn't be eating pork. You know what I'm saying? But every Christian country, pork is like probably their number one food. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to Italy and all these other spots. But it's not like you just do away with the law, but that's how it was advertised by certain factions of the church, like the Catholic Church and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But that was because their society was eating pork. Their society had all these saints and stuff. So you're not even supposed to make an image of God. But you go to the Catholic churches and stuff, there's all these murals, there's Mother Mary, like people are praying to Mary and stuff. Like it's not biblical in a lot of ways.
They're praying to idols. What were you going to say, Natural?
I think this due to like programming and stuff, they kind of made Islam seem like much more serious. Like, because even with South Park, when they were gonna do a parody of Allah or whatever, like they were doing like what they kind of said was terroristic threats or whatever. They were saying, oh, like we're gonna like bomb the studios or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like like society kind of sees Muslims as like much more radical, and they see Christians as much more like
tolerant.
Yeah, and like soft.
Pussy.
Yeah. That's the way to put it.
We can
like,
say whatever we want to you guys. You ain't gonna do nothing.
But like a Muslim will like they'll pull up and blow up the spot type shit.
Yeah.
So do you think that is part of the draw that is bringing so much people from hip hop culture, like African Americans and people from over here that are from the diaspora that are like, you know what? Like we've learned all this Christianity all our whole life, and this shit ain't that serious. I'm gonna go over here because they look like they're standing on business.
I think so. And I also think there's a strong Muslim presence in jails. And if you're in jail, having 5 prayers to look forward to every day and having a community and having the ability to like learn and like reading the Quran and stuff. Like it gives you spiritual value and that discipline and that structure, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people convert to Islam when they're in jail.
This is true.
A lot of people convert outside of jail too. Don't get me. I'm not just saying like you gotta be in jail, you know, before our Muslim viewers
we were
attack
using
me.
Pressa as one of the examples in this segment here, right? So like he's outside and free, you know what I'm saying? Living in Los Angeles doing this thing, and he decided, I'm going to convert to Islam. Like this year or last year. It's not that long ago.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to know, I think, that you need to know before converting to Islam. And I think a lot of people, they prefer it to Christianity. And Christianity, like you said, it's been advertised as this like white man savior like religion. So a lot of people who are over that are like, okay, I'll go to Islam, you know?
Yeah.
Even though low key, like Islam is like, I don't want to say it's the Arab man's religion, but like that's where it was started in Arabia, you know?
Well, isn't like Arabic the language that's being used?
Literally. So you have to pray in Arabic. The language of heaven is in Arabic. And it's interesting because, and like, don't get at me for saying this, viewers, but Islam claims to be an extension of Judaism and Christianity, right?
Right.
But every single prophet in Judaism, and then including Christianity, they were all from the line of Isaac. And that's where the seed was, right? Muhammad's an Ishmaelite. He's from Ishmael. Remember, Abraham had 2 kids, Isaac and Ishmael. Ishmael was the one he had with his slave woman Hagar. And then Isaac was with Sarah, which was like his wife. And it was like a miracle that Isaac was born because Sarah was older.
Read the whole Bible, eh?
No, I'm not like an expert, bro. I'm just saying. So I think it's interesting because, you know, for like the entire Abrahamic traditions, everything's been through Isaac, but then the last prophet is going to be through Ishmael, you know? And it's possible, bro. I'm not, you know, God knows best at the end of the day, but to me, that's like always my argument against Islam if you're like claiming it's an extension of Judaism and Christianity.
But sometimes the you that was had with like the other woman turns out to be that guy, you know, because maybe they were neglected growing up in them things. So like
100%. And even in the Bible, God said, I will bless Ishmael. So you look at the Arabs these days, oil, billions of dollars, you know, they're like trillionaires. So it's like Ishmael will be blessed, but the seed will be with Isaac. Right. And then a lot of times Muslims, if they hear that argument, they're like, oh, well, which version of the Bible are you talking about? The Bible's been changed so many times. I also think that's an appeal of Islam is that they have a unified Quran, whereas like there's so many versions of the Bible.
Yeah, the King James version and all that type shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I find it interesting, and it opens up like an interesting conversation. And hopefully no one gets hostile hearing me say this, because I've always been interested in these topics. Like when I was younger, I would like be at Young and Dundas listening to the debates and watching debates at home and stuff. So I love like comparative religion.
No, I could tell.
Yeah.
And like even with like these guys, like, you know, I see them, they're both, you know, they're both Islamic, you know, in their faith. Forgiveness is something. These mans are beefing. You don't think these guys could maybe kind of put things aside?
For the sake of Allah?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be ideal. Unfortunately, you know,
Probably
Muslims beef all the time. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't in a lot of ways. And I can hear that. And it would probably be beneficial for them to not beef. They probably get rewards from Allah, you know what I'm saying? If they stopped and they unified, but
more abundance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So over under on top 5, like if we were betting people, like how could we put this in a betting system for the audience to be able to participate?
Over under on them reuniting in 6 months?
No, not that.
Okay.
Because you know he's moving very spiritually right now. He seems like he's cleansing himself. Even the conversations I've had with him, he's like, yo, I'm not on this shit no more.
Yeah.
But I've also had those conversations with him before, right? So when he touched back on Toronto soil, do you think he's going to be the cleansed, new, improved top 5, you know, keep the hair bald and just be the religious figure now? Or is he going to go back to the bullshit? How do we put that on a, you know, on a betting thing so that people can participate? So,
I mean, okay, here's what I think. I think someone can hit all 5 of their prayers every day as they have to.
Yeah.
Eat halal, avoid drinking, avoid pork, and, you know, do all these righteous things and still be wild on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like both things can be true at once.
Yeah.
So and I don't want to judge because like we don't know what he's like. Well, you know what he's like behind closed doors, but like he obviously has like some type of social media personality he feels like he has to upkeep. Plus, like whatever gangsterism he feels like he has to uphold as well.
Yeah, and I'm not putting this as an indictment against him. I'm just saying, like, how easy is it going to be? Because, like, he's over there in Mecca right now, right? So it's like, it's a holy place. Everybody's just in that vibe right now. So it's easier to feel that, you know, that spirituality. And even through the whole month of Ramadan, like, just everybody just cleansing themselves.
Yeah.
It's so hard to stay cleansed once you get back into the world, man. That's the, I can't relate because I'm not dealing with that struggle. You know what I'm saying? I guess be a piece of shit 365 days a year type shit. But like, I would imagine like if you're really deep in your Islamic faith, it must be a hard thing to live in this like Western world, bro, with all of the bullshit, fam.
Literally, bro. It is. It's like almost anti-Islamic. The West
everything.
is like, yeah, and a lot of, it's interesting because like a lot of Muslims will come here and like they'll want to live like Islamically as opposed to like being Westernized because it's almost like they're at odds being like a Western person and then being a Muslim.
Yeah.
You know, because there's different values, you know?
Yeah, and quickly, like the abundance can come if you like submit to Allah, right? But we're in a society where like we need to, social media makes us money. Look at Brittany Renner. She's a bad example, but she tried to convert and then she wasn't making no bread, bro.
She also said like, why do I have to wear this thing that covers my hair? You know, and like, you know how she has like an afro and stuff.
Yeah,
so it was like, I think it was also like, there's an element of like race.
She wasn't able to go get her Fashion Nova bag and all those different things. And like in this society, you need these different things. But then, you know, if she was more serious, you might have to say, you know, fuck all of that.
But I think you could exist as a Muslim in Western society. Like what about Western society is like restricting you from sticking to your faith?
Okay, here's what I'll say. Like, and it's not necessarily things that the West forces you to do. It's like, let's say you're educated in the West, right? So you learn to be like very, let's say like even dressing, for example, right? Like women here in the West, it's like promoted that like you should wear what you want, you know? So there's also like a contradiction there where it's like, you know, Islamic countries, it's like modesty. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but then if you're looking at the West for influence, it's like wear what you want. Less is more in a sense. It's more empowering.
But wear what you want means like wear what you want. Yes, you could wear less if you want, but also if you want to be modest and if you want to be more reserved, you could do that as well.
That too,
but there are stigmas around, like, let's say we saw a woman in like a niqab, you know, like, which is like everything, you know what I'm saying? Obviously that's an extreme form, but like there are women that do that, right? It's gonna look out of place compared to the majority. Even hijabis, like some of them will like, for example, they'll be hijabis, but they'll wear tight clothes, which still reveals their figure. So it's like them being modest is also like compromised. They're not just wearing like a full like gown, for example, you know?
But you don't think there's stigmas around like women that dress provocative as well? And like, if you put a provocatively dressed woman in like an office setting or whatever, she would be out of place as well. And that's like Western society.
100%. And I think there's something to say about, you know, encouraging women to dress modestly. But from my experience with like, you know, Muslim family members or Muslim friends is that they'll have double lives if they grew up here. So they'll have their Western version of themselves where that's how they were raised. They're from here. So they're like regular Canadians, you know, we're very like
Drake and shit.
Listening to music. Alcohol is like, I would say, a part of Western culture. They open the friggin' bars at 8 a.m. That's how important alcohol is.
Yeah.
You know, partying, dating before marriage, sex before marriage.
This is all like hedonistic shit.
But I feel like it's part of Western liberalism or being secular, having that separation between religion and state where it's like that we have the sexual revolution, you know, like, so all these things are like promoted Western values and they're completely in contradiction to like Islamic values. So there'll be one way around their parents and then there'll be one way outside. And you'll hear horror stories where like a Muslim girl gets married here to like another Muslim boy. And then the Muslim guy it's arranged marriage. Then the Muslim guy finds out she was getting trains ran on her.
So not even
when she was younger.
Horror stories, not even a horror story.
Horror stories, hojabis, you know?
Hojabis.
There's a whole term for it, bro.
Hojabis a term?
Yes. I didn't make that up.
Wow.
It's girls who wear the hijab to appease maybe their own faith, but mostly their parents. But then they're here, so they're doing madness. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jabbies is
But don't make that the title.
Okay, I was just about to type it out.
Maybe you could.
I just feel like if you're religious in any religion, you should just recognize these things as like, oh, the devil's trying to get me. Like, oh, all these like, oh, sexy women trying to lust me. Oh, all these like people on social media trying to like tap into my greed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everything is just tapping into all these sinful, hedonistic like bullshit. So I feel like if you're religious, you should kind of just like recognize that as like, oh, this is temptation. This is a distraction, rather than like, oh, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, baby. You know?
No, I agree with you. And what I will say is there are people who are like hardcore Muslims who do demonize everything in the West. You know what I'm saying? The music, the club culture, drinking, the way people dress, tattoos are haram in Islam. Like they demonize everything, right? But I feel like the vast majority of people are in the middle where it's like, yeah, they believe XYZ, but in practice, they're also from here. So you get like almost like a dissonance or like a split personality. Like a lot of Somalis are Muslim, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But sometimes they might drink and party because they're from here. Like, and it's almost like a secret double life because I think at the end of the day, like no human can just like follow a book to a T. Like it's almost like your culture precedes your religion. So like Reza Aslan says this, where it's like, if you're a violent person, your version of Christianity or Islam is going to be violent.
Yeah.
If you're, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like tailored to the person. And a lot of us are growing up in the West, so we're more like tolerant about stuff. We're more like lax and like, you know, accepting.
So hold on, let me play a clip for y'all because last night I was rolling through Reddit as I usually do.
Don't want to admit that, then I fucking will.
And I found this clip, and it kind of goes into what we're talking about here, right? It says Myron, right? And I don't know how Myron is somebody that I'm looking for information.
He is a Muslim, I think.
He is a Muslim, though. Myron on Muslims praying with loudspeakers in the middle of Times Square.
There's a reason why they're doing that. I'm not stupid. All right? They're shutting down Times Square, praying with loudspeakers and shit to do what? To assert fucking dominance. Okay? That's what they're really fucking doing. I'm not stupid.
We love hip hop.
Let's just call a spade a spade. All right? I'm probably the only Muslim that will admit this shit. When they're shutting down Times Square, when they're fucking blocking off the streets, when they're doing the adhan 5 times a day, it's to assert fucking dominance. And if you bitch ass niggas don't want to admit that, then I fucking will, because you guys are fucking liars. It's to assert dominance, it's to let people know that we're coming. And I'm here to tell you guys, the people of these Western countries have every right to resist you motherfuckers saying we're coming and we're going to take over. They have every right to resist. They really do. Because this is not a Muslim country. It's not. And I know you guys don't like hearing that shit, but if you guys want to hear that shit, go to fucking Saudi Arabia, go to UAE, go to Qatar. These countries are all fucking beautiful. They're safe. You don't got to worry about shit. You don't got to worry about 99 genders. You don't got to worry about fucking lutis. Stuff I'm going to be gushinu. Mafi lutis. Mafi haramia. Mafi mushkila. Go over there.
Mafi mushkila.
Go over there, bro.
There's no problem.
Goddamn. But when you guys come in here and you guys fucking want to pray at the Times Square and everything else like this and fucking assert dominance, because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's called spade a fucking spade. That's a fucking problem. That's what annoys me with these motherfuckers. Like, you guys are not honest. You guys are just not honest.
So, what are your thoughts on him with that, with asserting dominance? Like, yo, we're here. Is that a thing? Is that like a belief system that's going around?
Okay, here's what I will say about that, because I want to tread kind of lightly, because I don't think every single Muslim who takes part in that has that agenda.
I doubt that.
But there are Muslims who want to see the West become Muslim, whether it's individually by converting individuals or like adapting Islamic values. And you see it in Birmingham in the UK, right? Like it's like a vast majority Muslim place, and they have like Sharia courts and stuff. So they have their own way. Yeah. And they have this in England, right? And it's in Islam, there is a goal, a political goal of having a one world ummah. So the whole world being under Islamic rule, you know? And that kind of explains like their conquests, because like they would want to convert people. They would want to like spread Islam, right? And obviously like Christianity kind of did that too, but it wasn't with the, how do I say, like with the founders, like Muhammad was like trying to do conquest while he was alive.
Right.
Jesus, I don't think caught any bodies. He didn't have no hats. Muhammad had bare hats, bro. You know what I'm just saying? And this is historical fact. You can say, it's because he was attacked first, whatever. It's just true, bro. It's like there's more of a conquest mentality in Islam.
And it's more recent.
And it's more recent than in Christianity based on the founders. I'm not saying about like followers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about the founders. The Prophet Muhammad versus Jesus and how they live their lives, you know? So yeah, I think there is a goal in Islam to establish a one world ummah, and it's in there.
And we'll wrap up this segment because I feel like we beat this topic to. I feel like even saying beat the topic to death and different things like that is like haram. You know what I'm saying?
Haram.
But like maybe that's also some of the draw of all of these rappers converting. It might be a part of the quote unquote conquest or whatever of the world, switch the world to change the world to Islam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You said Jesus has no hats. Did he get any things? Or did he get sacrificed before he was able to like get a wife?
Some people say he had a youth with Mary Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene, yeah.
There's no. But wasn't Mary a virgin, or was that?
No.
That's his mom.
That's his Dukes. Okay. Oh, Mary Magdalene's the hoe.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Okay, that's not. But wasn't Muhammad's thing like a youth?
First of all, one of them, Aisha.
Okay, so I don't know which one I rate.
Muhammad had, I think, 8 wives. And
now you're gonna get us in trouble.
Okay.
Watch the comment section's gonna be like, bro, Aisha was this year's old. Okay, this is all verifiable information. Look at the hadiths. Like Aisha even wrote some stuff.
Do you rate the man that has one wife but she's ran through, or the man that has 8 wives but one of them might have been a youth?
But we don't have like biblical confirmation that Jesus was married, even though some people suggest that because he was preaching in a temple, the prerequisite for that was that you had to be married as a man. You know, so I've heard multiple theories. But
answer the question.
Which is worse? Which is worse?
Yeah. Who'd you rather be?
Well, I'm not trying to smash a 9-year-old, so I'd rather be Jesus, definitely. Who would you rather be? You want that 9-year-old nons? You sure?
I'm good still.
Okay. This is a crazy. Maybe we should take this out, bro. We just opened up a whole new set of ops, and these ops do not play.
Yeah.
Nah, shout out to our Muslim viewers. We're just this is information that's online. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to spread no hate, because at the end of the day, I respect Islam, and I have Muslim family, and I don't think it's a bad ideology. But you know, there are things that are written facts. You know what I'm saying?
Get us out of there. Yep, get us out of there.
No, and you know
I
what?
knew this guy set me up with that. I should have told you that.
That's great plotting right there. What's Lil Berete and YG up to?
Let's get there, man. Let's get off this. Oh my God. Astaghfirullah.
What's these Toronto rappers doing? Well, listen, Lil Berete and YG are beefing. Okay, let's get out of the religious territory.
That's who would you rather be, bro? You're so messed up. Oh my God. Would I rather be the son of God or Prophet Muhammad? Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below. Listen, we be podding. Okay.
Oh my God, this pod is crazy.
Let's get to some other topics here. Lil Berete versus YG. All right. I'm sorry we went to a hard left because I feel like we went to such an educational segment to low vibrational flipper flopper right now. Like what these rappers doing? Who they calling waste mans?
We started with aliens and reptilians, then we got into Islam versus Christianity.
All right. So listen, for the people who are watching the podcast or listening to the podcast on audio, we're just going downhill from now, bro. Yeah. Okay, by the time we get to the end of the podcast, we're going to be in such a low frequency of vibration. Like, you're going to have to go get a sage after. But yes, Lil Berete versus YG. Lil Berete put out a new song. Maybe we can play some of that tune here. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube.
Yo, is he gonna pull up? I saw him comment on one of our posts.
Yeah, I've hit him up in DMs. I haven't got a response yet, right? So if you see this, brother, then respond, okay? Because what did he? Okay, before I play the song, what did he hit us up for?
I think we were talking about YG in the clip.
Oh,
and then
yes.
he commented because I guess they're beefing or whatever.
I think that might have been like the foreshadowing. Now I need to go look that up first. Oh, shiza.
They've been kind of going back and forth for like a bit.
No, for a long time, bro. Let me see if I can find this YG post, because what did he say? He's like, tag me in or some shit like that. I'm gonna find the post first before we play this music.
Yeah,
video.
something like that. It was literally like, hit me up, I'll pull up or something like that.
So this is the post here. Why is YG's dissing us?
Mhm.
Okay, he's not even top 10. Friday, book me. So, yeah, he's been taking like little sneak shots. This is not the first shot, obviously, like as of lately. But I'll play some music first, and then we'll get to the back and forth. Yeah.
Song is good too.
Yeah, the song is fire.
Listen, man, Lil Berete is the truth, man.
Hello, baby.
he has some amazing music. His flows are always on point. But YG did respond to him. Okay.
He dissed him in there?
Well, because YG's been dissing him for years.
Okay.
So let me see if I can find the post over here. So this is a post from Keeps It Solid. Right? Lil Berete takes shots at YG on his new snippet. Right? Man waited 5-6 years, and this is what YG says. Right? Man waited 5-6 years to make a diss song back. Don't forget, you got the lawyer and everything to try to take my song down. Wasteman, Lil Britney, Infama, Boom Bye Bye, in a Batty Boy head.
Mad.
Okay. And what's this snippet, I guess? What do you got these white boys into over here? They're just like, sounds good to me.
YG left another comment there too.
Yeah, so man is making Lil Nas X music after he got Ja Rule, made Joe Easy go mod, feeling him up all day, all the time.
Whoa.
All right, and then he responded, HIV 35 out soon. So I guess that's the name of the song that he's going to be dropping. So here's the lore, okay, for the people who might have forgot, all right? I already told you guys about the reason why Lil Berete kind of lost a little bit of traction as far as the scene. We've gone over the whole when they were kids, stupid videos type bullshit, right?
Go on easy.
Go on easy, brother. Right? But at the time, YG came back with a song called Lil Brit. Once that video came out, YG was on his ass, pause, right? Like he would not let it go. He was like the front runner of this is what I'm going to use as my next campaign. Because I think YG, he's smart when it comes to like his campaigns and when he's dropping music. He finds an op, and then he just keeps on going at that op, and he drops a bunch of music around it, he clowns them and does whatever. Right now, his focus is top 5, right? So now he got to do double duty because Lil Berete's on him, and I got to respond to this guy, but I'm busy freaking dissing top 5, doing the lightsaber with the freaking Darth Vader and all type of shit. Like, he's busy on the troll, you know what I'm saying? So this is why now Lil Berete, after all these years, he's like, you know what? Fuck you, bro. I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? This is why he's getting at it. Because the man tried to take out his whole career, bro. You guys ever see that video, Lil Britney?
No.
It was bad. Like he had him like a fake Lil Berete tied up, and he was in there with the boozy and all that. It was just like, I'm not gonna play it right now for the viewing audience, listening audience. You guys can go check it out yourself. But like, I'm not condoning of these guys beefing. but I understand why Lil Berete's cheesed, bro.
How long ago was this?
I gotta go check now on YouTube because this probably would have been like 2018.
Okay, I feel like it's too late. Like,
you think so?
Because I think YG said it was 6. It's been 6 years.
He said 5-6 years. Yeah. So yeah, 5 years ago, Lil Britney, 46,000 views.
Yeah, maybe it's not too late because like you could do whatever you want to do, obviously.
Yeah.
But I just feel like if I was a fan and I was like kind of paying attention to this, then I would just be like, all right, like, and it's only a snippet. I was like, yeah, too little, too late. Like I wouldn't really care as much.
Okay, you know what? Let me do this. Viewing audience, make sure to subscribe to our Spotify so you can get this whole video with the music and all that. I might need to show you. Okay? One take, Jake, if you could assist me here.
I'm a real stepper, don't watch her step. Whole SDN.
The whole SDN. Hold on, he went over here. He went crazy on him.
Two-Face, Harvey Dent. 10 facts on the outfit, what I spent. He shake his ass for a whole SDN. That nigga gay 100%. Trying got molested as a kid. I'm a real stepper, don't watch her step.
Okay. There's more lore to this too. I keep on forgetting. I don't want to forget anything because then people are like, you forgot about this, fam. You guys are dumb. R.I.P. Smoke Dog.
Oh yeah.
That's where the lore really, really gets crazy.
So then, yeah, so there's no time limit on it and stuff.
Yeah, fam. Like 22 Neat, Was Gang, is the one who, or 21 Neat, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's 21 Neat, who's the one who killed Smoke Dog, right? You know, he's in jail for it. He's convicted. So it goes deeper than just like, yo, you dissed me on a tune.
So like, why did it take 6 years?
Because it's on forever.
But I mean, like, why? Do you know why he didn't respond instantly? Like,
I think he was trying to rebuild from the hit that he took during that time.
He kind of took a hiatus a little bit.
He did. And even at one space of time when he was like making his comeback, he said he made an announcement that he was going to fall back for a little while,
retire,
pretty much.
Yeah.
And then now he's back again. So he might have been going through some of his own things. Like, do I even want to continue making music? Because bro, it's not easy to make music and make money, bro.
And if one of your close homies who, you know, you guys were in the same industry in a sense, you know, gets packed in that way, you kind of probably looking at it like, yo, do I even want to go down this path of being like this Toronto like hood affiliated rapper? Like it's very dangerous, bro. And he probably feels like that even when he roams around now, where it's like you never know who's an op or who an op sent. Like, it would leave you in a state of paranoia in a lot of ways.
And he tried to get away from that as he was rebuilding himself from that deficit by not doing any oppy music. Like he was making like Afro beats. He was doing like country rap for a second. Like he was doing different things, like trying different genres of rap. But like he was trying to make it like, I'm not going at nobody. This is recent.
But do you feel like maybe because the genre switch didn't work, so he's like, let me go back to what I know will get traction?
Fuck it, man.
I'm just laughing because like, if I diss a man, then he starts making country music and EDM and stuff, like, I think I already won still. Like, even if you try to spin back like 6 years later, it's like,
bro. I could see it like that if I'm from YG, like, yo, I got man doing Afrobeat now. You know? Like, walk one.
But it almost seems like the majority of the Toronto drill scene is more of an extension of the hood polys versus just music first. It's almost like part of the war.
Yeah, but like I feel bad, and I don't feel bad for these guys. Like they make their own decisions or whatever. But like from like Lil Berete, right? I've spoken to him. He seemed like even his team, like they want to be anti-polys, bro. They've dealt with enough. They're from Regent, fam. That's just they're in itself polys associated. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we can't even do that and prosper. It's like, fuck, bro. So, okay, well, get at these guys and then be part of the subset. Like, fam, his music, and YG too, but Lil Berete, like his level of the way he makes music, he could be a global artist rather than going back and forth with Toronto rappers. But that's what's going to get him posted on the blogs.
I think that's like thinking small, you know?
Yeah, but like, when you're trying to think big and then it's like, it's not enough yet. Like, I guess you got to be patient until like that bigger thinking finally works out. But in the meantime, you're like, yo, I'm trying to get this shit shaking, man.
No, you got to leave the city. You got to maybe leave Canada.
Yeah.
And like for a long time, I think he went to like Africa.
He did go to Africa.
Yeah. So he went to Africa.
He was really trying to make Afro beats, eh?
No, he wasn't, because he's
Nigerian
Ghanaian?
or Ghanaian?
He's Ghanaian, right?
Yeah.
So he went to Ghana for a while.
And I think that in order to like escape the cycle, you have to like cut it off completely. Because as long as you're in the same environments, it's like, even if you have that intention of wanting to leave it behind, it's like, bro, you're surrounded by, you're in it.
I think even if you're not in polys and if you don't make like goon music, you should still leave Canada because like of how the industry is set up and the infrastructure and stuff. Like the opportunities that you need, you're not gonna find it as much here as like if you go to like an LA or New York, and Atlanta.
But do you feel like because the Toronto scene has kind of like made waves in like the UK and the US that like you might still have affiliated ends like in California, in LA that are like tied to the Wassas, or in the UK tied to the Wassas? So it's like you might have to do a complete switch, you know what I'm saying? You might have to go Australia or New Zealand.
You have to go Nigeria and shaku shaku with them man there. Like.
They might be out there too, but like, not to say that like he has to avoid them or whatever, but like I do hear what you're saying. Like it's, bro, this Toronto scene, fam, it's tricky, fam. Like for somebody of his level of talent, I wish he didn't have to be wrapped up in this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's entertaining for the audience. It gets reposted on all the blogs and stuff like that. Cool. But, like, it's limiting, like you guys are saying.
Well, we'll say, like, Playboy Cardi, his brother, Reggie Carter or whatever, like, he was involved in the streets and he passed away. And, like, low-key, Playboy Cardi has ops and stuff, I think, in Atlanta or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, he's able to, like, make music that's not oppy. And like he has a 1-2 line that's like towards those mans or whatever. But like, I don't know. I feel like he was kind of able to, I guess, use that pain, like not like channel it straight at ops and making drill, you know? Like he was able to kind of like make music that was a little more global rather than just like, oh, about this specific subject on this specific block with this specific, you know?
Before you go, Zar, because what you just said right there, I explained, and you guys know a lot of it too because you're here in Toronto, you know the scene, but I explained this to the audience, the whole lore, so that they can understand what the song's about or why even the song exists. That shouldn't have to happen. You should just be able to just listen to the music just suck. We don't need to know the story for why the song is hot or why these bars exist. Like that shit is starting to get old, bro.
But it gives it more meaning. Like, remember, and shout out Supreme Swiss, we spoke to him, and like it's just about the conversation of, you know, I don't want to say mesquite rap, but like, you know, non-hood rap versus hood rap. It's like the hood rap has a story, there's a lore. If you're just like a regular, you know, doing regular rap, it's like, okay, you can rap and you're putting words together, and even it might even sound good. It might even be better than the hood rap, but it's like we are wired for like storytelling in a way.
Yes, but then you got guys like Big X the Plug and all these guys who are hood rappers, and they're not telling us their every part of their backstory and who's beefing with who. Like, I don't need to know who Big X the Plug's ops are to enjoy one of his songs, and he's a hood rapper.
Yeah,
Rod Wave,
same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's doing that pain music shit, but like, I don't need to know his backstory to like take in the song.
But it's still in the content. I feel like they sprinkle it in.
Yeah, but like, I don't know it. I'm just enjoying the song. These guys, like, I feel like there's too much explanation that has to go on. And like, if you're not part of the Toronto like scene, not even the whole scene, the subset of the scene, then you don't get it. And it's like, well, then that's why the music ain't gonna travel that fucking far.
Sometimes you can niche yourself out. Like,
yes,
it is good to be in a niche, but if it's too small, then like your ceiling's gonna be low.
Yeah.
Well, think about Bobby Shmurda, right? When he dropped Hot, like he was calling out a lot of his ops and like pretty much like, you know, self-snitching in a way. And like we didn't really know, but it was in there. Yeah. And like if you were from New York, you knew exactly.
You knew exactly if you were from New York, but from the outside, you're like, yo, this is just a hot song.
But what made that song go was like when he threw the hat and it never came back. like that clip, or like people were just like they memed it. Like that was one of the first music videos that became a meme.
And the
like,
dance too.
and the dance as well. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't really like, oh, he said this guy and this guy is from that ends and blah blah blah. You know?
If you're there in New York, you're like, or even from his ends, like that part of Brooklyn, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But like to us on the outside and y'all as DJs, think about it like independent of the video.
Yeah.
You guys are playing it and people are catching a vibe. They're like, just shot a nigga just a week ago.
Yeah,
They're
everyone
just
was
saying
doing the
it,
dance. Everyone was doing the dance.
They're
Get
doing
up out the
dance.
trap house.
Yeah,
Like-
they're catching certain parts that
About
have
a
nothing.
week ago.
Yeah, week ago, trap house. It don't have to do with like so and so and so and so and so and so. They're catching the parts that were the most catchiest.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Mans are not even doing that. They're just like, yo, this guy, that guy, he did this, and he got draped up, and like, okay, like, you need me to go do ChatGPT to find out everything that's going on about this now?
You know what I find interesting? Because I felt like with Bobby Shmurda, and let me know if you felt this way, like it was a lot of white girls that were like loving off that song, or like non-hood girls even, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I felt like Toronto rap, when it was booming, you had these non-hood girls, these white girls who were really into it. But now it's like, I feel like all these girls are kind of aware of which side is which, and like maybe they're connected to certain crews. So it's like they can't just embrace Toronto music as a whole because they understand the political implications.
That's why the market is winning, right? And we, you know, we'll get to that story in a second. But before we get to it, the market, I've seen videos of Casper posting bare shots. He's listening to the song, doing the bars and stuff like that. Don't tell me that's all like pre-planned shit. I know there's a bunch of those girls who are just doing that on their own.
I think
But
all of them are.
If you take it in, how that song starts, there's a little bit of like a dancehall Afro groove to it before like the trap hits. And I feel like that's what kind of gets those girls involved, you know, because they could like do the little dance to it, you know?
Yeah.
And there's nothing that he's saying, especially in the chorus, that can be made to seem political.
Yes.
It's like, I'm effing up the market. Not too many bitches I did not hit.
Yeah.
I don't even think that she loved me or hate me.
And then the girls are
looking
doing
for
that
the
shit.
profit. Yeah,
like,
you know, like it's just very like, and that's why you're right.
Anybody
That's
can
not-
say that anywhere and not feel any way, you know?
Fam, to the point they're playing the parts like the 100-band plan parts, and the girls are like voicing his parts too, and he ain't saying nothing in there that's like, oh, this block or that block. You know what I'm saying? It's just very not generic,
It's like
but
good vibes. It's
good vibes.
He's like, baby, in August. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Know what he's talking about.
Like sometimes you just have to vibe and flow. It doesn't have to be like, oh, let me write a letter to my op real quick. You know?
Yeah, and them mans have bare ops, bro. At least Casper, I know for sure. Like he's been in documentaries. You know what I'm saying? The man has bare ops, and he's able to make a song where people can sing it and not feel any implications, bro.
They're saying that the market is like a top 5 Toronto anthem of all time, like up there with Griselda Blanco and Come Outside. Do you guys agree?
Roll Ready Detailing, now open 7 days a week from 8 to 5 p.m. 750 Oakdale Road, Unit 66, specializing in ceramic coating perpetual with warranty, PPF, tints, wraps, vinyl wraps, and hand car washes. Remember, we clean anything on wheels.
You know what? Okay, salute to Lil Berete and salute to YG. Like, y'all figure out y'all problems, okay? Let's get to that because I do agree, and I don't want to call it like early bias or what is that thing when yeah,
Like recency
bias, right? It might be, bro. That shit is infectious, fam.
Top 5 Toronto songs of all time. I mean, not including Drake and Weeknd.
Yeah, like
obviously,
underground, Toronto underground
like
anthem.
Griselda Blanco, and
Canada
different shit.
Goose.
Yeah.
So we're not including Cardinal Official and none of those mans.
No. We'll put them in the old school category for that.
Okay, so no old school.
Yeah, this is like from like let's
21st
say like
like
2014
century?
on.
Yeah.
Oh, 2014 on.
Excluding Drake and Tory. Like we got to do a lot of stipulations to make this list, but yes.
Like the underground scene, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, so then yeah, I'll put it up there.
Really?
Yeah, I'll put it up there.
So what are the top 5 songs?
Okay, based on underground popularity, and Canada Goose is kind of like borderline because it has Tory Lanez in it. But okay, let's say Canada Goose,
Black
Come
Challenger.
Outside,
Black Challenger,
his Griselda Blanco.
For
to me, those
sure.
are the non-negotiables in terms of just
I might
Oh, you
impact.
put
write
Come
this
Outside
down.
as a non-negotiable?
Yeah.
Come Outside is
Yes, 100%.
non-negotiable.
Okay.
And now we got
Okay,
two
all right.
more. You're saying Black Challenger. What about like Still by Moji?
Okay,
But like
Still
we have other songs we can debate with. Like
Okay, I'm writing it down just so we can keep track here. Griselda Blanco, right?
Yeah.
Come Outside is definitely one of those.
Canada Goose.
Canada Goose. What about
Is Baka Not Nice? Live Up to My Name? Nah, probably not.
Nah, because that's like Drake wrote it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Valid.
It came out on OVO Sound Radio. You know what I mean? That's a little bit unfair.
Beast Mode Burner Bands? Maybe not.
No.
We're talking about anthems.
Late Night.
Okay, that's valid.
Late Night is a big tune. Late Night is something that like you could still play in the club right now. Everybody knows all the words to. Like we're talking like that.
Let me search
You know what I'm
some.
saying? Like people when the Griselda Blanco, she says she don't work on her reds. I told that dumb bitch shut up. Everybody knows that part. Those are anthems. You know what I'm saying? Come outside, wallahi, you might get shot by Mr. Wallahi. Like everybody says that when this happened.
Black Challenger was an anthem.
Black Challenger was
We might
definitely
have to
an
throw
anthem
that
too,
in there.
man.
Put up hand Black Challenger.
So
Okay, and then are we putting the Market fifth on that list?
Right now, there's 5 right there. Come Outside, Griselda Blanco, Canada Goose, Late Night, and Black Challenger. So we might have to take somewhere, maybe Late Night, because Late Night is a little bit more recent.
Oh, we have Late Night on there.
Late Night is an anthem.
I'm looking at other songs.
And we're missing anthems,
There's
bro.
okay, but anthems like
Toronto tunes.
What's that Robin Banks song? The first one that kind of went crazy.
Is it My Life? No. I'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Banks. Before the pain.
Damn, maybe the Market isn't
Priceless.
Priceless.
Priceless. Loyalty is priceless.
But I do think Still Moji is like
Still Moji is
that, and that was an anthem in a sense where it's like Still by the Robber.
No, that is a fucking anthem, bro. Like people in the audience will not be like, yeah, no, get that out of here.
Like people knew that song word for word.
Yes.
Not rocking Prada, rocking Gucci.
Yes. Still is in there. Okay, so I got Come Outside, Griselda Blanco, Canada Goose, Late Night, Black Challenger, and Still. And the Market is in there.
At 7?
I think the Market is definitely
top 10.
Top 10 for sure, but I was hoping it'd be top 5.
I think it's top 5, bro.
Well, how about top 5 songs?
Movie?
Nah.
2 Cases? Nah.
2 Cases?
Nah.
It ran a lot, like when it was out, but Anthem, with all due respect, I don't think it's one of the anthems.
No one has ever came to me and said, "You're running that 2 cases, fam."
Unless the man that were in the club. You know what I'm saying? But it did get its run at the time, because I remember seeing a lot of videos at the club of.
Well, what about Auntie?
Ooh, Auntie's definitely up there.
Yeah.
But I feel like there could be more than one Pressa song on this anthem list.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Dead Miyama might be up on there.
Yeah.
Attachments could even get on there.
Oh, but I feel like.
But that wasn't an anthem. I think Canada Goose was more of an anthem than Attachments was. Attachments was a hit song for Pressa.
Yeah.
But like Canada Goose, like as soon as you hear the na 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 na, place gone crazy. Right? So for the Market to enter into that classic, anthem.
It needs to run a
list,
little longer still. It's too soon for that.
I'm suffering from recency bias. I feel like it's going to get there, bro.
It is going to get there, but like let's give it. We could revisit this, at the end of the summer type shit.
Yeah.
So right now, are we saying it's top 10 for sure?
Top 10 for sure.
Yeah, top 10 for sure,
but not top
sure.
5. And our top 5 Toronto underground anthems are.
I have more than 5, but I have Come Outside, Griselda Blanco, Canada Goose, Late Night, Black Challenger, Auntie, and Still. I could take Auntie out there for Still. But Still.
No, Auntie deserves to be on there, low key.
Yeah, but if we were going to narrow it down to 5 out of those.
Because there's 7 on that list that you just named, I think.
Yeah, so I would take, me personally, I would take Auntie, and then the man them are going to get cheesed, but I would take Late Night out there too. Because Black Challenger, like, it's still like
I
it's
felt
one
like
of them.
Late Night was like a banger,
Mm.
but it wasn't an anthem where like
Yeah,
the whole club would go like jumping up and down. It was
Yeah,
more like
yeah.
you listen to that on your ones or like with a shots, you know?
Yeah.
It could be like an honorable mention type thing.
Definitely. Okay, so staying on Casper and Under Band Plan, there's fake shows that are being booked under their name.
Apparently there's a whole like fake Snapchat
Yeah.
with like a high Snapchat score.
So I'm gonna pull this up courtesy of Six Trench. One take, Jake, if you could pull up the screen over here. Somebody is trying to scam Casper and 100 Band Plan fans with fake shows. All right, this is a flyer for something April 10th at Rouge Nightclub.
Rogue
Nightclub, my bad. Over there in Mississauga, right? Takeover soon, VIP tickets almost sold out. Holy shit.
It does look realistic.
Yeah, you know, some nice Photoshop. So yeah, mans are gotten to the level now that mans are trying to get some money off of the fake shows.
Not trying, they clearly got some.
Succeeding.
Live tickets almost sold out.
It wouldn't be that difficult. Like you put a link, like people think you're Casper, right? So you put a link to like a ticket thing, you sell a ticket, and then you just delete the website, delete the Snapchat, and you have like hundreds of tickets sold. Like it's kind of a good lick.
That's kind of crazy. But I rate it to the, not them, the crooks. I rate Casper and 100 Band Plan to have the level of popularity where that can actually be a successful lick. It's a weird, twisted way of looking at it.
But they generated enough interest where people wouldn't even check to verify.
Yeah, like if you're bootleggable, then
you're doing something
right, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I rate it that they've risen to that level of popularity, but it sucks that, you know, mans them are running around doing that. Because that's been a thing for years. They're just
fake
now
shows?
Yeah. Or fake booking agents, hitting people up and trying to get money off the front end and back end from promoters and stuff like that. And they don't even be the representatives of those people, bro.
Yo, and do you ever be getting like fake sponsorship opportunities?
All the time.
Yo, I've been getting those recently. I even got like a fake gig opportunity and like everything seemed legit.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they were like, I'm like, okay, I sent them the contract. I'm like, I require like 50% up front. They're like, oh, like we prefer to, you know, only do checks or whatever. And then I was like, can we hop on a phone call? He's like, we prefer to like do everything via email. And then the messages went from hello Czar to hello Burrow. And I was like, Burrow, like, you know what I'm saying? I thought you knew who I was, you know? Like, and then ever since then, I was like, yeah, bro, if we can't hop on a phone call, like, this is a scam.
Yeah, I get calls for fake jobs, all types of shit, bro. You just never know what's going on these days, bro. I get calls for different jobs from the same phone number, and they'll be like, they're not the recruiter. They're supposed to be that job company, right? So it's like, so you guys changed the name of your company, now you're just using the same number? You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just trying to think of how they would be able to kind of cash out, because with most of these ticket sites, like I do events, you can't cash out until after the event is done. So if they're saying it's April 10th, unless if they put a different date on the site than they did on the flyer. So like when people bought their tickets, but then you should be able to see that, you know?
Can you change the date on the Eventbrite or whatever website?
I'm trying to see if they have it.
You probably could.
Yeah, you probably could.
They probably just made it like tomorrow.
A lie.
Yeah, but they don't have an Eventbrite link over here.
It's probably like a third. It's definitely not through Eventbrite or like one of these reputable.
Yeah.
It could be like a third party we could cash out anytime.
Yeah, like a landing page.
Yeah, because usually on the flyer, on the bottom, they'll have like the different promoters or
Ticket
sponsors,
Gateway.
right? And they'll put Eventbrite, Ticket Gateway, whatever it is. There's nothing here. So they're probably just receiving EMTs, bro, electronic email transfers and shit.
They made like a whole fake email, like Casper Snap.
Yeah.
At gmail.com. Auto deposit.
If you're sending ETs for your show, then you deserve to get scammed.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You deserve it still.
You're not wrong, fam. Like if you're that dumb, bro, like I got a bridge I can sell you, like right downtown Toronto. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you when you get here. Just send me the money ahead of time. Like, damn. Well, listen, salute to 100 Band Plan, salute to Casper TNG.
Salute.
All right. You know, we're creating awareness out there. A few more things I have over here. Somebody hit me up on Reddit in the comments and said, you guys need to cover this. Okay. It's basically on how the next star will emerge. I guess people have been listening to our conversations about the next Drake.
The torch.
Who Drake could pass the torch to, the Toronto scene being dead. You know, we're known for like, what did they say in those TV shows? You might know me from such classics as the Toronto scene is dead. Right? Like, so people have been hitting us up with like, yo, maybe y'all, there's some suggestions for y'all. So it says right here, I remember DJ Natural said this on an episode before, streamers are the new rappers. Facts. And they have an interview with Adam 22 and Say Cheese. So I'm going to go a bit forward to where Say Cheese was talking about a few more of, like, to link up with what we're talking about.
Hey, shout out to whoever posted this.
Yeah, that, Don't Know Anything is who posted this on the We Love Hip Hop Canada Reddit. You know something?
What do you guys think that you guys could do to help the music space get back in a better
I think
position?
artists, I think first it starts with the fans. The fans, they just don't care. Like, fans, we've seen everything from gay artists to fat artists to skinny artists to artists that got shot 100 times to the fans have seen it all.
You're not going to be gayer than Lil Nas X. You're not going to be fatter than Big X the Plug.
Or the lean dude.
Dave Blunt. Okay,
Dave
you're
Blunt.
never going to be. That's the king of fat.
We've seen it all. We're in the music space when, remember when it was Wiz Khalifa?
Yeah.
It was Big Sean, that whole blog era that they always talk about on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then Chief Keef came and disrupted the market. Somebody has to come disrupt the market. And it's not gonna come from the internet. It's gonna come from a space where it's real. And then their neighborhood, block, city, region can come behind and tell the internet that this is the real thing. It's gonna, everything, look, when an artist signs now, they do the same 4 things. They're gonna go do a rap radar. They're gonna go do a mic hanging shit. They're gonna go do a TikTok campaign.
Yeah.
There's no new. Everybody's doing the same thing. They're all spinning them through the same wheel. You know what I'm saying? The next big star is gonna be from his space.
Yeah.
He's not gonna run to a rap radar or do a dirty glove back. And this is no hate to those platforms.
Right.
But the next star is going to be so against what everybody else does. He's going to do it his way, and the people are going to gravitate to him. He's not going to go beg and scream and try to get those fans. They're going to come to him.
But I mean, when Chief Keef came out, it's like, hey, he's
just so rebellious.
He's way more
I'm just gonna play a little bit more of this.
Gangster than most of the established artists, and he's like 16.
Yeah.
So that was very mind blowing to a lot of people. We didn't even know that these kind of kids were really like that.
And he was rebellious.
Yeah.
When he did the 50 Cent shit, he didn't even show up to the shoot.
Come on, man.
You're right.
Kodak Black. When Drake wanted to do the song with Kodak Black in the beginning, was it skirt, skirt, skirt? Drake wanted to get on that.
Yeah.
But Kodak was like, no, I'm gonna do it my way, the hard way. Now you're building a foundation. Now your fans know you won't sell out. Now your fans know, you can smell it. You can just smell when something is real. And that's what is missing. Like, everything's too funneled through that and seeded through blogs. And don't get it twisted, the blogs are great. Like me and Remo, we do, we do good business. But
We love
I gotta be from somewhere real, bro.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, big salute to Say Cheese. I think he was cooking. That new artist is going to be somebody who bucks the system, who is not trying to just get with everybody else just to be cool. They're going to be a standalone. And look at, like, he made examples like Kodak Black, who turned down a Drake feature. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, basically saying the new artist is going to be an outlier. They're not going to be using the blogs and all that to get across to the people. Thoughts?
It's interesting. I seen a stat the other day. 85% of the hits on Billboard from last year came from, like, they went viral on TikTok first.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? So, like, even the way how people are consuming music, like, even the way how music is breaking these days is completely different. So, like, the labels are kind of like scrambling on even like how to break an artist. So I do agree that, like, the next big artist, maybe even like in rap or whatever, is maybe gonna come from, like, because I look at Blackboy Max at what he's doing, and, like, just to see his ascension, I don't think he's gonna be the next one, but someone like that, where, like,
but didn't he chart? With that song Purple Dreads or something like that, or Pink Dreads.
Yeah, he definitely tried it, and he was Grammy nominated.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So like, that just goes to show you could stream in your bedroom and like kind of build up, because he has his own fan base just based off watching his streams.
Yeah, and they made the song on stream.
Yep, exactly. And then now he has big artists pulling up to his basically crib to record in his home studio, now making Billboard hits. You know?
Yeah. That might be maybe the source of the next rap star, is the streamer who also makes good music and finds a way to get that to a whole audience before we even get to like the charts. Like, it didn't stream on Spotify, it streamed on his stream first.
Because Drake, I feel like what made him so like monumental was he could rap phenomenally well, and he could sing good enough where he could kind of like live in both worlds.
Yes.
So if there's someone who could like make phenomenal music but also do phenomenal streams, like kind of like bridge those two worlds, I could kind of see like that being like the new star.
It would have to be that person that they're an amazing artist, but them streaming isn't corny.
Exactly.
Because everybody else, the amazing artists, when they stream, people kind of look at it as low-key corny.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that person has to break the mold if they come from streaming. It might not come from streaming. We don't know.
Okay, so if we are to like localize this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like, what made Drake different was he was going against the grain of the street rap that was prominent, right?
Yes, at the time.
And then everyone started doing like R&B, type of vibes, and then it went back to the street stuff. So is the next artist gonna be more on the Mesquite side from Toronto in terms of who's gonna get the torch?
Maybe
the only artists from Toronto who have gotten the torch were kind of Mesquite. Like, I don't think
every single one.
Well, Tory Lanez is like,
he wasn't like shoot 'em gang bang bang. Like, he was more like he popped off with the say it, with his girl tunes. He wasn't popping off with like
hood, like street tunes. Type
Yeah,
shit.
and like, with all due respect, people aren't looking at Brampton as the most hood shit, even though Brampton got his shit going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But from his time of Brampton back in them days, like, it was still underdeveloped and stuff. Like, it's hard to like pull off, I'm the super hood man.
Yeah.
But when he gets to singing, his voice be sweet. Like, oh shit, like, he could sing a nice R&B tune. Sell that.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the difference also, like you mentioned, because you mentioned Drake, he sang and he rapped and he showed his vulnerability in a time when everybody was hardcore, right? There's gonna be somebody who has to break the mold to be able to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? We discussed last week, or the last episode, about Prince and the gay shit, right? But like, even somebody even looking different than everybody, like that person has to stand out and like be different and sound different. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, like, introduce himself different than everybody else did. Because everybody's seen every other way that people have been introduced, from what Say Cheese is saying here. You've seen them through a hanging mic. You've seen them on a blog. You see, like, everybody's doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be about seeing them make the song now. Like, I feel like every other version, like, is cookie cutter, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen it all, but I feel like you still are gonna end up being in that format. Like, you got to change the format, but at the end of the day, like, the blogs are gonna pick it up. You might still have to do a hanging mic. I don't think it's gonna be like completely erased.
No,
I was like, going back to this clip, I was thinking about Kai Cenat and his Mafia-thon. Like, imagine if like one of the chart topping artists did something like that. Like, oh, for the next 30 days, you're gonna see exactly how I wake up, how I go through my day-to-day, like my bullshit schedule, like da-da-da. Like, and I feel like it's gonna take an artist like that, like, to show, because he was talking about authenticity and like being genuine and stuff. And I feel like they kind of took it as far as they could take it without kind of breaking the veil.
Yeah.
So someone's gonna have to like really break that third wall and be like, yo, this is what's really going on in the industry.
Yeah.
My real fans, I'm going to show you my real life, and this is what's going on.
And, there's a story that I'm going to get to next before we get to our last story. I'm going to switch the stories around. There's something called Even, and we'll get to it in a separate segment. But Even is like a direct-to-consumer site that artists use, especially independent artists, to be able to deal with their fans directly without having to deal with the streaming platforms and all of the bullshit that comes to that. that new artist that emerges from the scene, I also believe they're gonna be developing their own fan base in a hub somewhere where everybody's like, yo, how could I get down?
There's gonna be like exclusivity where it's like it's not even on Spotify or YouTube. Like you got to go to their event, and it's like the streets are begging for it.
Or they might use even as one of the platforms, but they might have like their own website, and you know, you do a paywall, or they might be their Patreon or whatever, and you just pay the paywall and you get to see the full experience rather than just listening to their music. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be like we have so much information. Social media pumps us with so much. To be an artist that's really gonna be the next standout top artist, you could just be one of the artists. That's cool. But if you want to be the top, the fuck you gonna do?
Exactly.
It's a lot. It's like the hill has gotten higher of what you got to climb than back in the days, fam. You know what I'm saying? Before you just had to dress different, bro.
And I also think that like the idea of stardom now, because everyone thinks they're a star, everyone's gone viral 1-2 times. It's like to have that star stature or position.
Yeah.
One, I don't know if it's even possible to have it like we've had it in the past. And two, you got to be like, you have to have so much aura. You have to be so likable. You can't reveal too much, but you have to also reveal a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
You have to be like unaffiliated with the streets, but still respected by the streets. Like there's a lot that will like have to be checked.
And I feel like the audience is very segmented in the sense of kind of like what you said, like everyone's a star these days. Like me, like I don't consider myself a celebrity or anything. I'm a little popular, but like, okay, I have 200,000 followers. And if you think about it, that's a lot, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like, we all have large like followings. So if you kind of think about it, everyone kind of has their own group. You know what I mean? Rather than like one person having the majority. You know what I mean? It's like the majority has like their own little group. Like I have my own little following. We Love Hip Hop has a following. Bro Sound has a following. You know? Rather than like, oh, there's just like one celebrity and like all these people are just like looking up to this celebrity. You know what I mean?
That shit don't happen anymore.
There's no more monoculture.
Exactly.
And the thing in Toronto, right? If we were to label one side of the city as the monoculture, like it might be the dance hall scene. You know what I'm saying? Where like everyone kind of tunes in. Like when LTL started popping off,
that's
like
fair. That's
even though it was viral, like it was because you couldn't escape the song. Like every time you'd go to like one of these like Snoopy events, or, you know, everyone was spinning it, and the people wanted to hear it. And then even their other songs people wanted to hear. So it was like an organic spread at the same time as the viral internet spread.
Yes, but they also helped to stoke that flame. Right? Like they made sure, besides their own social media pages, and there's like 6 mans in that crew, right? So they have 6 social media pages, even as well as their own like combined page that they can use to like pump the message. That shit was on bare people's pages, bro. Like the Daggeriddim cipher.
Yeah.
They pushed that shit to so many people's pages that it was just like, who are these guys?
And like
bro?
I said, TikTok broke 85% of the hits last year. So a lot of artists are, oh, TikTok's for little girls, blah, 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 we'll never do that. And like, they're missing out on literally where the audience is right now.
Yeah.
And I also feel like, in a sense, LTL was like, they brought something different. Even though they didn't invent the genre or whatever. It was like, okay, like, you're like Toronto kids making music that's like kind of good enough to play alongside the pop-in trap dance hall from Jamaica.
They brought something different in the sense of like, at that time, there'll be like one artist, he has his own producer, blah blah blah. But these are like 6 artists that decided to come together, you know, and like, okay, I have, like I just said, I have my local fan base, you have your local fan base. If we put all of our fan bases together, maybe they could push this song, you know, and that's literally what happened.
Their thing, their rebellion, or because everybody, getting back to the whole rebellion thing, their rebellion is in a society where everybody's just solo. Everybody's solo.
Facts.
They brought back crews, bro.
Facts.
Not even just like a duo or trio. Like there's like 6 mans in that crew, fam. That's like empire shit, bro.
Yeah.
Old head shit.
Non-political. The lyrics, like, they're not violent or anything. So like girls can get down with it. And it's every one of the artists has their own unique voice.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone has their own fan to choose from.
Yeah. And
it might be a group that we pass the torch to.
And the thing is, like, with that, like, the society doesn't even help that to be something to grow. And that's why there's way less groups, or maybe no groups these days because like one splitting the pie and all the different things. Like people started thinking about that over the years and the amount of people that they've seen break up, and they're like, I'm not doing that in 2024 or 2025 when they came out. They said, fuck it, we're gonna do that and combine our audience. You know what I'm saying? So they went literally against the grain, bro.
And if you're taking, that's kind of what AMP did. You know, like Agent already had his own fan base, you know, fandom, everybody. But then they decided, oh, if we all join together, we could take like our 100,000 each and have millions of people watching us.
Yeah, yeah. And that's going against the grain now. Or that was going against the grain. Now people are seeing that happen and they're following suit and creating a bunch of crews. So like going against the grain creates a trend.
Facts.
But then it's like now the trend makes that the norm where like all you have is all these content houses and stuff. And now it's like going to go back to being solo.
As long as you're the ones the first ones who started it and whatever, and you attain a bunch of success, a bunch of people copy you after.
Facts.
I mean, start this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that was right. I think that was a good suggestion. Who suggested that over on Reddit? We gotta show the Reddit.
Don't know anything.
Don't know anything on Reddit over here on.
Let me see the comments.
Oh yeah. It's not much, but
he didn't care because he's a metalhead and is only in black spaces because it makes him money. Okay.
Adam.
Yeah. This was actually a great conversation by Friday Ricky Dread. It's facts. Rappers lame and have to use streamers for clout. Need you guys to revisit this topic on the pod one day. Would love to hear more about this topic. I think people are out of shit to rap about.
Yeah, this is what prompted this conversation because he was like literally like, I need you guys to revisit this topic.
And shout out the fans. I was on the train, I think Thursday or Friday, and then I was just chilling or whatever, and then like I'm not sure how he was young though. He was probably like 20 or whatever, and then he stopped me. He's like, "Oh, I'm a big fan of you," and I'm like, I thought it was trolling. I'm like, what? Like, because fan is a crazy word to use, you know. So I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, like I see you on We Love Hip Hop, you know, like shout out to you. He's like, shout out you, Czar, you know, Friday, Dusty, like, yo, I watch you guys all the time. I'm like, oh shoot, that's dope, bro.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, no, that feels
shout
good.
out all the fans, bro.
Real talk.
Pause. That's a good feeling that when you when people hit you up and they're like, yo, we watch you all the time.
No, facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's one thing you'd be like, I saw a couple of clips when mans tell you, yo, or gal them like, yo, we watch you all the time. It's because like we put out a lot of content.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I respect it. Just staying on the independent artists and stuff like that, Universal is getting in business with that company I just mentioned, Even. I want to take a quick second to give a big shout out to Grabba, some of the hottest grabba in the GTA. You can get grabba shakers as well as hot grabba leaf in different flavors like red herring and red rose. They got delivery within the GTA and they got some really cool apparel for sale. If you want to get your hands on that grabba, make sure to hit them up on their Instagram page, grabba.ca, and let them know that the We Love Hip Hop boys sent you. Big salute to the sponsors. Cheer. Okay. So I'm going to need your assistance over here, DJ Czar, because my reading trash. So this is courtesy of Academics, right? Academics posted Universal Music strikes deal with superfan platform Even to power D2Cs, that's the direct-to-consumer, sales for artists worldwide. All right? So this is a couple of the things that are on there already. This is the site itself.
Gary V, top user, contribution $18,750.
Yeah, that's dope. Right.
Okay, yeah, it seems like it. Okay, UMG is a business and businesses continually look for new ways to make money, even as a platform that allows artists to sell their music direct to consumer. Their partnership enables UMG artists to sell their music on Even, generating additional revenue. That's it.
Yeah, and this is a response to this guy, Moore Rice, who's asking the question, explain to me how Even, a business structure that directly contradicts the label's business model, can partner with the label. I'm really asking for an explanation because I don't get it, right?
I feel like the labels are trying to backtrack because they're seeing kind of like what Netflix is doing to Warner in the sense of like, okay, basically Netflix was basically renting movies from all these like production companies or whatever.
Yeah.
And then now Netflix has become the behemoth ready to buy out these niggas.
Yeah.
So UMG is basically renting out their music to like Spotify and all these next places.
Yeah.
And Spotify is becoming the behemoth and Universal doesn't really want to become, I guess.
Like secondary.
No, exactly. So it's like, okay, let's kind of find a way where Spotify doesn't really have all the power. Like Spotify's not the only place you go for the music.
Or the streamers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Apple Music and all them places.
One more thing before we continue this conversation. One take, Jake, if you could pull this up on the screen, because another person asked the question, what about unsigned artists? Will we be able to benefit from the merger? Anything new for us? Asking for a friend. Can you respond
And
over here?
even Biz responded saying, this is not a merger. UMG and Virgin Music are just another label and distributor who can offer even to their artists, similar to United Masters, Tula, Symphonic, and others.
Okay.
Wow. So dare I say we're almost going back, the pendulum swinging back to borderline selling CDs.
Yeah.
Where's my sound effect? There we go.
Well, that's what they want.
I would like that too, because it gives music more meaning. You actually own the music.
Yes.
No, hold on. You're a DJ, bro.
Yeah.
Think about all the access of free music, well, quote unquote free music we have.
Illegally free, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine if we have to go back to purchasing every album. You know what I mean? Is that something that is feasible for your business?
And you know, maybe break down illegally free, because I know you DJs use streaming platforms as well and different access to like places where you can like download waves and stuff like that.
You use illegal music, sir?
I'm a part of many MP3 pools that I pay monthly for that record labels send their music to, natural. But there are some artists or some DJs that I know that go YouTube to MP3.
Yeah.
But is that technically illegal?
Yes.
Why? No, like I don't know. Explain to me.
You're ripping it, and then to be monetizing or like in a space that is like where you're monetizing. So like if you're playing YouTube to MP3 music in a club or wherever you're being paid as a gig, like that's illegal, you know?
So, but the whatchamacallit, the collection companies like a SoCan or ASCAP can't collect based off of you guys playing those songs anyway?
Well, I think they collect from the actual venue paying a fee, but and this might be like snitching or whatever, but like there's a Canadian DJ Association.
Okay.
That if you're a professional DJ, you require to be a member of. So let's say you're DJing a wedding and you don't have this membership card. And this membership card, there's like insurance entailed by it. There's like music rights and stuff. So if you're DJing a wedding and they're like, yo, like, are you a member of, I forgot, it's like a union or something. And you don't have it, like one, they can shut down the wedding, and two, they can fine you. Yeah.
That's crazy. Canadian
DJ Association, CDJA, I think it's called.
Association. Let me see what this is about. That's interesting.
And it's like a lot of it, it's like, let's say like someone gets injured while you're DJing, you know? So it's like, it'll cover that and you pay these membership fees. It's almost like a union essentially.
Yeah. One take, Jake, if you could pull up on the screen over here. We are educated people over here.
CDJA. You should go on their website.
Is there a link to the website over here?
No, but yeah, you see, we go up, like, okay, down. What DJ associations typically offer: business and marketing workshops, legal guidance for context, equipment showcases, industry network, group insurance access, certification. So yeah, like, and when you don't have these and they send a representative, like they have the legal right to shut you down.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy.
I didn't know that shit gets that deep.
I've heard horror stories where, like, you know, someone's booked for a wedding and then the wedding just, there's no music, you're not legally allowed to play.
So who got the ox? Wow. So, you know, getting back to with this music thing now, why do you guys think that these labels are saying, you know what? Fuck it, man. Let's see if we can get in bed with the B2B.
I feel like
there's B2B.
I feel like they're starting to realize that even their profit margins are cut when they start dealing with streaming, right?
And music's not coming out on as much as they used to. So
that, and Spotify said like, yo, we're almost at our cap. Like we've gotten as many users as we possibly can. Like it's gonna be harder to acquire users, so we're just gonna have to keep upping the price. And like the label is trying to nudge them to up the price, but they already did, you know. So it's starting to get like, all right, okay, where's the where's more money going to come from? All right, let's do this now.
And even when you were saying like, is it feasible as a DJ to like have to buy all the music? That's what they used to do. Low key, that's kind of like, it's kind of crazy that like, you know, as a DJ, you really have to invest. So maybe it'll filter out
all
a lot
the bullshit.
Of people. Yeah. And it's like, if you really want to be a DJ, you're going to have to spend money, but now you can charge more because it's like, no, I actually have like the real music.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can also write it off. If you're a DJ as a registered business, you write it off as like tax expenses. You know?
And there's artists who are leading the charge, you know, J. Cole, you know what I'm saying? He put out that Birthday Blizzard. If any of you guys want to play any of those songs, technically, the only way you could play it without doing it illegally is by going to the website where that's available and then paying for the downloads.
No,
right?
no one's trying to play that.
No, but like if you wanted to play a Money, Power, Respect, the regular Money, Power, Respect, and then mix in the J. Cole version. Technically, you would have to go and take the YouTube MP3 because a lot of people uploaded it to YouTube, and now you're in illegalities.
But that is the norm now, and like more like 99.99% of the time, there's no inspector pulling up your little gig.
But my point is, by saying that, it's like for J. Cole leading the charge as being such a high level artist, also he's like, yo, I have certain songs that are behind a paywall. But so if mans want to play them, just direct to consumer me, bro.
But even early, Ryan Leslie was on that in like the early 2010s.
Even Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
RZA, Wu-Tang Clan.
And I think and will.i.am actually spoke about this, like the value of music is so much lower than it used to be. And now maybe we're going back to increasing the value. And I think now the value is going to come from exclusivity, where it's like, I have to own this piece of music, as well as live performances. Because everything else is like, yo, AI is making music. Like,
But weren't they trying to crucify Tory Lanez for doing this? Because didn't Tory Lanez have a concept of this as well?
He's ahead of his time.
But he did it, I think because he did it with cryptocurrency, it was even more rebellious.
But not only that, when he was breaking away from the label, he was like, yo, I'm almost out of here. I'm almost off my contract. He was so happy to be free. And like, that was bad for him, obviously. But like it started a trend, or it was not even maybe started a trend, like it was the foreshadowing of what was to come, because a lot of artists are probably thinking like him, like I need to be free of these labels and let me just do my own thing, especially if I've received a certain amount of notoriety. Now I can get these guys off my back and actually make all my money.
Because majority of these artists are making money from the shows, from the merch, like outside of the music. So it's like, hey, I'm tied to this label who's also profiting because I'm in a 360 or whatever.
360.
If I could free myself, I could still do the shows, still sell my merch, and get all of that rather than 8% of it.
Yeah. And again, I'll go back to J. Cole. He's doing direct to consumer. Dare I say, out of the quote unquote big three, if any of them start doing direct to consumer in any kind of way, like Drake gave about a bunch of shit out for free on the 100 gigs. But if he was to say 100 gigs behind a $5 paywall, you telling me, man, they ain't gonna pay for that? I know maybe us, we won't, or maybe
I would.
I'm doing it because it's my job. But like, I should feel like there's a lot of people who will do it. There might be some, Toronto mans who are like, I ain't paying no $5. But they might go and find a way to sneak it somewhere.
Like one man will buy it and post it as a zip file somewhere, you know, like, and I guess that's still kind of bad, but no, low key, I purchased for some reason, I don't know why, but I purchased Pop Style by Drake, the one with Kanye and Jay-Z. And now that version doesn't exist, but I have it.
You own it.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe there's going to be more value in owning music again.
I low key think NFTs might even make a comeback.
I feel like it's on its way. Yeah.
Because like you said, a man could just rip it, or like one man could buy it and send it out. But like, okay, if you could like NFT it and you could kind of have like something to show that this is an original version, maybe Drake could be like, oh, yo, I'm doing a show. Like whoever has the NFT for like the last album, the tickets are half price or something like that, you know? And then that kind of like gives value, and like, okay, maybe whenever an artist I like drops, I'm going to get the original version because you never know what else might perks, you know?
Yeah. And also there's resale value. So you own it. So it's like, it might be like, God forbid one day something happens to Drake. Like now you have like original Drake music that you could probably sell for more than what you bought it at. But the problem with NFTs is that they rely on crypto and it's just too volatile, bro. So it's like, you might buy it at $10, but now it's like $2.
Yeah.
You know, they would
Yeah.
have to find a way to stabilize it.
Yeah, but the direct-to-consumer thing, I feel like that's something that we're going to start seeing as more of a trend. And now that we're seeing Universal trying to get in bed with this company, it's not a merger, but they're like, we need to start working with these guys. Stay tuned. We'll definitely have more to talk about when it comes to this.
But watch, they're just gonna do the same thing with Even. They're gonna be like, "Okay, we're gonna put your music on Even, and we own 80% of it." You know, like I think they're starting to realize that they're starting to have less effect. So it's like they're gonna own the platform now.
Yeah.
Because like, who needs a label when like TikTok is breaking the music? Like, there's no more A&Rs, there's no more artist development.
Yeah,
yeah. You can even pay, like, what the labels do is they'll pay other influencers to push your ish. You could do that yourself now.
Facts.
Bro, we've seen Drake release a bunch of songs on Instagram.
Facts.
Like the full tune on the plot twist page. Like, you're like, wait a minute, this is more than 90 seconds. It just keeps on going. It's like, yeah, man, just post the whole tune.
But I think the only way this Even transition will work is that you don't post anything on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Music. Like it has to be exclusively on Even.
Yeah.
And I don't know
Actually,
if artists are ready for that.
I don't think so, because like your true supporters will support you. Like you could put it on the other platforms just to like get it out there and kind of get more supporters. But people who rock with you, but yeah, I'll pay the $5-10 to like support my guy.
Yeah, or I can get the download that has an extra 3 songs if I go to my website type shit.
Or you'd have to have like an extra incentive, like, okay, you buy it and it'll come with like a t-shirt that will ship to you, or like exclusive behind the scenes footage, or something like a phone call with me, like, you know, like
And last thing on this, Vic Mensa, I was watching not an interview, I was watching a video from Lou Extra, big salute to Lou Extra, and he was talking about people's rebrands and stuff. And part of his rebrand now is he's selling his album direct to consumer. He's off Rock Nation for a few years now, right? He sells his stuff direct to consumer at whatever the price that people are willing to pay. And there's a $300 tier that like opens up a whole like phone call and stuff with him. So like, you have different offers that you can do with your own website, or probably Even, and the different things where you're like, okay, pay $10 and just get the download of the album. Or you pay $100 and I'll give you a shout out.
Joe Budden and Patreon.
Yeah.
Even me, when I do my TikTok live streams, I have like a subscription tier. I haven't live streamed since last summer, and there's people who are still subscribed to me, bro.
Yeah. No, salute. And salute to the members, bro. There's people, we have members of the channel that, you know, they get this episode early, and whatever that I am able to create early, like an interview, documentary, whatever, upload that shit and people can watch early.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Create incentive. But yeah, salute to Even. I'm not gonna salute to Universal because that's the ops. Last thing I got here. People were telling me, and listen, a lot of this stuff is viewer requests, bro. A lot of these topics, to be
Big
honest.
up the viewers.
Yeah. People hit me up about this community center that is about to close, or not close. Basically,
the hockey ring.
The hockey
Weston,
ring,
right?
Yeah.
Weston Road.
So there's a petition going around, a change.org petition, right? That people can sign. If you could pull this up on the screen, one take. Right, so stand up for Western youth. So basically, there's like an arena that a community center is supposed to take over, and in like the 9th inning, no pun intended, they're like trying to switch it up so that this community center can't be built.
And it's currently a hockey arena.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
And they
so
want
you
to
gotta
keep
pay.
it a hockey arena.
They want to keep it a hockey arena, but like to be part of that, you got to pay and all that. And there's like a higher level entry to get into hockey.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
hockey, I was just talking about this today. Like, it's such an inaccessible sport.
Facts.
Like, you got to have money just for the equipment. Now
Yeah.
you got to pay for the team. Now your team's traveling to Windsor for a tournament. Like, it's almost like a separation of class if you're involved in hockey or not.
Yeah.
And what level. So it's almost like they're trying to keep it for the richer kids.
Yes.
And the community wants it for kids who need it more.
Yeah. So one take, if you could pull this back up, DJs, can you help me over here? Just
Yes.
from right here from the
MLSE Foundation, backed by the Toronto Maple Leafs, Raptors, Toronto FC, and Argonauts, is transforming the aging Weston Lions Arena into a free world-class youth facility for aged 6 to 29. Free programming, free food, free mentorship, free mental health counseling. This is not a program for elite athletes, not a paid membership club, completely free for the kid whose family earns $30,000 a year, for the teenager who just arrived from another country and doesn't know anyone, for the 25-year-old trying to find their first real job. This isn't a theory. The downtown MLSE Launchpad has clearly changed lives. 90,000 young people served since 2017, 1,000 plus hours of free mental health counseling every year, 40,000 plus free meals, and 100 youth employed annually. 73% of members come from households earning less than $37,000 a year.
Right. So if you could just skip down to right over here.
The project has already been approved by Toronto City Council unanimously. The community showed up in massive numbers to support it, with over 5,000 people engaged in consultation.
Wow.
And yet a small group of vocal opponents are doing everything they can to derail it at the last moment. We cannot let that happen. These aren't nameless statistics. These are real kids in our community, kids who deserve the same shot in life as children in wealthier neighborhoods. Kids who are watching to see if this city actually values them.
So basically, a small group of people with the money are like, nah, and they're fighting against the MLSE, bro. Like, that's pretty or MLSE. That's crazy.
Well, okay, I agree with this article.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do agree that there should be more community centers, accessible community centers. But where is this located? Like, if it's located,
it's like by Scarlet Road in Weston area.
Scarlet and Weston. That sounds like trench area, right?
It's a trench. It's around a trench.
Okay, if it was by like the rich area, then I would say okay, let them have their things. But like, if it's in the hood, then like I don't even see why the white people want to be traveling there anyways.
Bro, they're just like, let us keep our rink, bro. And it's like, fam, like, no, like,
just open a new rink.
Yeah, like the people who freaking back the Maple Leafs and everything are willing to put a community center where everything's free, and then people want to fight against this.
Yeah,
fam?
that sounds crazy.
I want to check something.
Like, why would somebody even want to fight against that, bro? Like, what kind of bad mind mentality that, like, you could just, if you have the money to put your kids in an arena, and a hockey arena or in a club, you can move them to another spot, bro.
Exactly.
You probably have a nice luxury car that you can drive them to another place, fam. They're building a community center there. Allow them.
I used to do this like side job where I was like a photographer for Catch Corner. That's like an app by Sports Illustrated. I was going to different rec centers and taking photos of like the ball court, the hockey arena and stuff. Yo, there are so many hockey arenas, like not only in Scarborough, in the GTA, bro. So like the fact that they're trying to fight over this, but I guess because of the Lions.
Well, there's a little more to it. I just found this out. So the Weston Lions Arena, located in Toronto, the arena's playing surface was built to the exact specifications of Maple Leaf Gardens. The arena served as a practice facility for the Toronto Maple Leafs in the 1940s and 50s. So there's legacy value there. Demolition concern as of late 2025, early 2026. The arena is facing redevelopment, a move opposed by hockey figures like Eric Lindros, who referred to it as a historic second home for generations of local players. So I think...
Isn't he like a legend?
Yeah, he is.
You got all the hockey fans now?
I think what we're seeing now is, for them, I don't think it's as much of like a necessary resource as much as it is a historical site for them.
Kind of like when you break the statues down and it's like, oh, he was a historical. It's like, no, he was a racist and a bigot.
No, I'm trying to think of like, it's like changing a historical site to like a restaurant. It's almost like, I don't want to say gentrifying because what it's being used for is kind of against gentrification.
Yes.
But it's almost like removing history, their history really, because like, I don't know, like you said, hockey is not really an accessible sport. This place could be used to serve way more people than this like elite circle.
Yes, like they can probably provide you with some hockey shit over there too. You know what I'm saying? But like, let everybody join, man. Not everybody can join the Lions Gate club. You know what I'm saying? I feel that sounds even so exclusive.
Once they heard free and households making less than 37,000.
Oh shit!
Oh hell no!
They're gonna trash our arena.
Oh, there goes the neighborhood.
Literally.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think hockey people should just let it go low key. Like, whatever, bro. Like, I don't know. It's not like it's from the friggin' Roman Empire days. It's like less than 100 years ago. You know?
Dare I say, we're looking at kind of like, I'm gonna get, maybe extra supremacy, hierarchy, classism happening over here. Like,
yeah,
you know, the few over here that are benefiting from this is more important than the many who can benefit from a community center because our life is more important than yours.
I think we are getting into that territory. Once again, hockey, there's a lot of racism in hockey. Not even on an individual level, only like systemically.
Yes.
You know, classism, like you were saying, a lot of it is based on, you know, having enough money to put your kid to AAA or to these training camps, or like rubbing shoulders with certain coaches. Like to become a hockey player, it's hard to start from the trenches.
And be a black hockey player, they probably give them mad hard times. I've heard about different times where like they've left different things in the locker rooms of these guys and shit. Like, it gets nasty.
And even if you are like, even to be a black hockey player, like, first of all, you're probably in like the upper echelon of like the black community. Like, it costs a lot. Like,
or you got a break.
Well, my older brother used to play, he was like super athletic. So he played soccer, he played hockey, he played basketball. But literally because it was so costly, my father was like, nah, nigga, like the hockey, we're cutting the hockey still. You could play the soccer and basketball, but the hockey was just way too like inaccessible.
And salute to G-Body from Parkdale. He was talked about in our interview, him playing hockey as a kid and stuff like that. He was like one of the only, or if only black hockey player that was in his gym or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or arena. It's very rare.
And it's kind of gate kept. I think they make it inaccessible to only ensure that certain segments of the population are able to access it.
Yeah.
So it's like, if we put the price point here, only certain people that we trust or whatever
basically
can be in it. And now that I'm thinking about it, like even in my high school, like the hockey kids, like I wouldn't say they were out of touch, because some of them, you know, they grew up in Scarborough and some of them weren't that rich, but like their parents just put everything into hockey because they believed in it.
Yeah.
But like they were a little out of touch with like people from the poor areas. Like even socially, there was like a big gap because they only chill with the hockey kids.
Yeah.
You know, most likely they, you know, they got cottages. That was always the affiliation. Like if you were a hockey kid, like you got a cottage.
Yeah. The cottage.
You know? And it's like, that's a whole different type of lifestyle.
Yeah. And I don't know about the whole noose in the locker room thing. I try to go do some chat GPTs to go and confirm. So I can't confirm that. But like, I know that black hockey players could have dealt with racism. You know what I'm saying?
From fans, players, coaches. Like, it's a lot. How many, like, there aren't too many black hockey players.
Yeah. So with that being said, it's like, all right, cool. You guys can keep the arena. Natural just mentioned there's multiple arenas all over the GTA.
So many.
You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to destroy history, but we're also trying to save lives out here, fam. So like, if you guys can back off, I'm trying to help with this message over here with this platform. Like, we need to spread this.
And they probably use it like once a week, twice a week. They have a couple practices.
They got the Zamboni in there. But what I will say, and I think this is because Canada's still a new country, like hockey is such a big part of Canadian identity that this is something for them worth fighting for. Whereas for us, we're like, bro, it's just a friggin' there's so many hockey arenas. Like, but this is the one the Maple Leafs practiced in 1940s.
Yeah, they're probably like, you guys don't understand.
When we won last time, they practiced here.
Yeah.
That's you know, like that's how they're
Where's
moving.
your patriotism?
That's how long it's been since the Leafs won.
When was the last time the Leafs won? I think it was
60s.
I think it's like 67 or some shit like that.
Something like that.
Damn.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
But and I think like for them, that's like a community staple.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh well, now we got all these black kids here getting free food.
Hey, when the Leafs start winning championships, then maybe we'll ride out for the hockey rinks a little more.
Nah, bro, we have enough ice in Canada, bro. Like just friggin' play some pond hockey or something.
You could go, well, not on the pond. That might be a little dangerous.
That's how, what do you mean? That's like real hockey. That's like street hockey.
No, but there's like outdoor rinks. There's bare places for bands to play hockey,
Play
fam.
on the pond.
You guys want to hold the whole community hostage for one rink, fam? Like, how selfish can you be, fam?
Street hockey was fire though. Growing up, street hockey was mad.
Yeah, but
Street
like,
hockey
fam,
different.
when I was a kid, like I grew up in the burbs though, but like the park they would turn the basketball or whatever, the park into a rink.
Yeah.
So it's like, fam, it's not like there's a lack of place or a lack of ice for mans to go and get their hockey off, bro. Like, let the mans them have a community center, fam. Niggas is dying on the road and shit. These guys are like, nah, keep my rink. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
There's people in poverty and kids don't know where to go. These guys are like, fuck you, I want my ice rink. Like, what? These guys are not thinking of the rationale about that, bro. I don't care about history, none of that. Like, you them are in parish, bro. Like, fuck them.
But I feel like we're getting into communal thinking versus individualistic thinking. So we're thinking communally where it's like, okay, this will bring about the most benefit for the most people. Where they're thinking communally, but only their community.
Their community, that's what I'm thinking.
But they're thinking like, yeah, but what about the legacy of the building?
Your community will be fine if you lose one rink in the city. Like, even like thinking about it, like as we just
kind of sounds
unpack this,
crazy.
it just sounds so ridiculous that these guys are making this an argument, fam. Like, bro, like your privilege is bleeding all over the place.
And like,
fam.
if you want to use your money, because they got money, they could get donors. They can just build a new, like, this is the new Weston Lions Arena. Like, we're gonna make it like the Maple Leafs Gardens, like before, but better. Like,
I didn't even think about that part. They got the bread, fam. They could just go build up a next one, fam.
Rich people are cheap.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
No, we want this one, bro.
You will not replace us.
Fuck them kids. Like, what? It's just like, bro, like, I'm just thinking about it. It just sounds so ridiculous, but it's just actually real life.
They're playing basketball on our sacred ring.
Like, no, bro. This is not like indigenous land, bro. It's a hockey rink. Calm down.
Honestly.
But let's wrap it up for today. I think we've done our due diligence as far as like our social duties. You know what I'm saying? This is like the most intellectual podcast I feel like I've sat in a long time, bro.
Yeah, we spoke about a wide range of topics, like from super local to like universal.
Niggas gonna be like, yo, you guys need to start talking about hip hop again. I gotta pull out my friggin' encyclopedias and do a bunch of chat GPTs after I listen to y'all niggas, bro. Like, but I fuck with it. Let me get some music for the road. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.